This is high school football on iTalk 106.7, presented by Sholo Ford. Produced by White Mountain Youth Productions in cooperation with iTalk 106.7 Radio. High school football is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Beamer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Native Grill and Wings, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school football. Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Native Grill and Wings, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight we're in Cougar Stadium, Sholo, Arizona, Sholo High School. I'm Bill London, joined by Punt Cooley and Punt. Tonight we're in for a great game. Sholo Cougars welcoming in the Snowflake Lobos.
Well, you know, one of the Mountain's better rivalries for sure between these two teams coming into tonight, power rankings-wise. Snowflake Lobos at number 9, Sholo Cougars at number 13. Of course, Sholo coming off a tough loss last week against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets at Blue Ridge. And Snowflake, I don't have their...
Well, I will tell you.
Anyway, I can't remember who they beat last week.
It's
Holbrook. That's right. They beat Holbrook.
Well, it's senior night here at Cougar Stadium, so they just on the sidelines went through the seniors. But last week we saw a couple players hurt for the Sholo Cougars. We're going to talk about that with the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. That'll be coming up in just a few. We've also got the Ace Hardware keys to the game that we're going to be talking about as well. We've got our work cut out for us. But, Punt, Sholo, as you mentioned, coming off a disappointing loss last week, you can't help but think they're going to come back this week, and they probably corrected a lot of stuff. Really kind of a shocking outcome, I thought. Yeah,
very shocking outcome. We had a chance to talk to Coach Maxwell before the game. He felt a big key to this football game for them tonight is just go back to their basics, and especially their line play in particular is going to be a huge key for them. Well, we're going to send it down to Ron Everingham. Ron, you also had a chance to talk to the Snowflake coaches, and can you tell us what you guys talked about?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Bill. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Hargrove here. He did mention that number 3, Luke Patterson, is still out for tonight. He's been in and out of his boot. He's trying to get back this season. And he mentioned just a couple quick keys to the game for them was to put pressure on the quarterback and get off the line quickly tonight.
Well, again, this Snowflake defense, we'll see how they work. As we talked about, this is a great rivalry. You can bet emotions are ramped up, and it should be it's going to be a great evening. We're going to step away. When we return, we're going to be talking about some of the keys to the game as well as the Summit Healthcare injury report. You are listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
I got this.
Don't take time out of your busy day. Let Mountain Mobile Auto Glass come to you. All our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass will give you $50 cash, free movie passes, and free dinner.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
He likes that.
1 minute.
Want to save money on your next vehicle? Then go to the place with the lowest price guaranteed. Sholo Ford guarantees the lowest price on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. Plus, every new Ford gas engine vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty. Thought you could get a better deal in Phoenix? Think again. The absolute best deal in the state of Arizona is at Sholo Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in northern Arizona, and soon to be #1 in the state of Arizona. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
For those of you watching online, again, that's iTalk1067.com. Great shot of some kids participating in the pregame festivities. It's senior night here at Cougar Stadium, again, where the Show Low Cougars welcoming in Snowflake Lobos. Punt with a fully staffed emergency department, an advanced diagnostics department, and outstanding orthopedic and physical therapy teams. Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. For the Summit Healthcare Injury Report, what do you have for tonight?
Well, as Ron mentioned earlier, for the Snowflake Lobos, of course, #3, Luke Patterson, their junior running back and also defender, he's out with that broken foot. He'll be out for a while. Other than that, though, the Lobos are ready to roll tonight with full roster. And then on the Sholo side, we covered their game last week. Weston Kime went out around halftime with a bruised thigh. He's at full force this week, so that's good news for the Cougars. But they did lose. Apparently, Sholo is losing Luis Rosales, we hear, to a back injury, so he will not be on the field tonight.
Well, we were saw Kime. It's good to have him back last week, a big part of their offense, who missed probably 3/4 of that game, really impacted. I mean, I thought Turner, who stepped in, did a pretty good job. It didn't drop off a lot, but I'll tell you what, Kime is pretty special.
Well, especially when you look at the stats for the Cougars offensively. Weston Kime coming into tonight's football game, well over 1,000 yards rushing. He has like 20 touchdowns for the team, so he is the bulk of their offense for sure. So to have him back in the lineup, that's a huge step for the Cougars.
Well, again, with a fully staffed emergency department and advanced diagnostics department, and outstanding orthopedic and physical therapy teams, Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. We're going to step away. When we return, we'll get back to the Ace Hardware keys to the game. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu. When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Dylan, can you hear us?
Welcome back to Cougar Stadium. Again, we've got Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. The next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced any hour of the day or night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware, your helpful place with 3 locations, Overguard and Sholo. Punt tonight, obviously, both teams got to bring it. Keys to the game, what do you see as being let's start maybe with the Snowflake Lobos.
Well, I think keys to the game is as Ron had mentioned with Coach
Solomon.
Thank you. My brain's not working yet. I need some coffee. But anyway, they want defensively, of course, they want to put pressure on McGinnis. They feel if they can get to the backfield, we saw that against Blue Ridge, actually, where Blue Ridge gave him fits. That really limits the passing attack and just really to try to win the battle in the trenches overall. And I would say the same for Show Low. They got to have good line play tonight. And I think for both teams, if limiting turnovers is going to be huge too, because we've seen with both of these teams when they don't or when they aren't effective in limiting turnovers and reducing penalties, that can really hurt them, or at least as in past games. So I think those are going to be the big keys for tonight's football game.
Record-wise, not much of a difference. 6-2, 5-3. I mean, honestly, last week probably not the play that you would expect from the Show Low Cougars. Not to say that Blue Ridge didn't play a really good game, but it just seemed like, again, between the injuries, maybe some penalties that really hurt them, they just kind of got out of sync in the second half, never really got back into it. But these two teams are pretty well evenly matched.
Yeah, most definitely. Show Low got off to actually a pretty good start in the game last week. They just kind of fell flat in that second half. So they're going to do the coin flip at the midfield mark, and we'll see if we can listen in to this. We can't hear the effects mic.
Doesn't look like we're getting it, but anyway, they're at midfield.
Ref doesn't have his mic on, so they're flipping now, as you can see.
Great shot on the video stuff, though. If you're watching online, iTalk1067.com, it looks like the Show Low Cougars are going to defer to the second half, which means Snowflake Lobos are going to come out. And looks like the Show Low Cougars are going to be kicking off to the north. They're at the south end.
You had mentioned earlier we have a windy night tonight. It's expected to die down a little, but it's very gusty tonight. Show Low, of course, on this opening kickoff is going to put the wind at their back.
Well, putting a little bit of pressure on them, but again, Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. The next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced any hour of the day or night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware, your helpful place. 3 locations, Pine Top, Overguard, and Show Low. And you can see here come the Show Low Cougars out onto the field. So as we get ready for kickoff action, again, senior night, we'll see what kind of an impact that has on these guys. Not necessarily the distractions of homecoming, but you can see there's a lot of festivities and activities, but already you can see the Show Low Cougars kind of pumping it up on the sidelines, getting ready to bring it.
They usually, as you know, Bill, from your days, they save that last home game for senior game. So that's going to be a huge motivation for these seniors. And by my count, 4 by 5, that's 20 of them out on the field tonight for the Show Low Cougars.
Well, when we talk about the officiating crew, let's just go through tonight's crew for you. We've got it. So as the referee, we've got Bob Ferreira. Romo Martinez is going to be the head linesman. Matt Lang, the line judge. Randy Funk is the back judge. And Drew Metcalf, an umpire. Obviously a crew that the upside is this is a great game to do. The downside is this is a very meaningful game to do. So you can bet they're going to be working hard tonight. So it looks like the Show Low Cougars are going to be kicking to the north. They're going to be going right to left. The Snowflake Lobos, who are receiving, will be going left to right. Deep to receive for the Snowflake Lobos is Fox. Kicking off for the Show Low Cougars, Juan Martinez. You know what we need to do is really put Mike Caldwell, who's in queue right now. He's our spotter, and he has a tendency to say some things that are pretty funny. We'll have to put him on. This kick goes deep down the right side. It's taken about the 5-yard line out to the 10, 15. Looks like the 15, and then he's driven straight back. And it looks like Dalen Toon is going to be in on the tackle that drops him. Looks like from a placement standpoint, it's going to go about the 15-yard line. Really lining up on the far side.
Keegan Hallman as well, number 39 for Sholo, also in on the team tackle on that on that kickoff. But it will leave Snowflake with their starting possession here of the football game just past their own 15-yard line.
So it's opening drive now for the Snowflake Lobos, lining up in a tight set I formation. Under center is Standifer. And it's going to be a handoff to the fullback, who's going to get, looks like a quick 5 yards as Jace Merrill gets it out to about the 20 before he's brought down.
And again, on the tackle, I got, okay, it's Keegan Hallman, number 39, in on the tackle for Sholo. As you can say, just a quick dive off that left side for Snowflake, gaining about 3 yards.
Tight set, one receiver to the far side, I formation. Standifer is going to hand off to the second back through, right up the inside. Immediately wrapped up or met at the line, maybe fights for a yard, but it's still going to leave about a 3rd and 5 to go.
Not a lot of room on that carry for David Brimhall. Good job by that defensive front for the Cougars, just filling gaps. The linebackers as well coming up in support. They only gain maybe 2 on that carry, so that'll leave them about 3rd and 5 on their opening possession.
It's a 2x2 set, double slots, 3rd and 5 from the 22. Out of the shotgun, Standifer throws out to the right flat, and almost came up with the interception. Was Toon, it looked like, out there in the flat.
Cody Fox, number 22, was the intended receiver. That was a high pass, had some juice behind it, and the defender, who's playing over the top, also able to get his hands up. But that pass goes incomplete, so Snowflake will drop into punt formation here on their first possession.
So Dalen Toon deep to receive, although not too deep. Wanted to make sure they go. Fox on the punt. He's rolling right. It's going to be a rugby style kick. It's going to land about the 48. Goes over into Sholo territory. Sholo with great field position, though. They're going to start at their own 48-yard line. So with that, the Sholo Cougars now, it's going to be their first opportunity for their offense to take the field. 10:37 left here in the first quarter. Sholo Cougars now at their own 48-yard line, right at just shy of midfield.
So Snowflake with their first possession, 3 and out. We'll see what the Cougars can do here with their starting field position much better.
McGinnis is going to immediately hand off to Kime. Kime dives off to the right side, brought down by Jace Merrill, but a gain of about 3 yards out to maybe the 50, just about midfield, or 50-yard line.
A good job by the defensive front this time. The Lobos sliding down, all 4 of them, of those defensive linemen, just sliding with Kime off to that right side, doing a good job of filling gaps up front.
Colton McGinnis, only a sophomore. He's lining up. So for the Sholo Cougars now, they've got trips to the left side. Single back is going to be Kime. And it's going to be another handoff to Kime, who quickly gets through the line into the secondary, gets all the way down beyond the 40 of the, inside the 40 of the Snowflake Lobos, and he's brought down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a great piece of running by Weston Kime. Very explosive runner at the line of scrimmage, but we have 2 flags.
On the offense, 6 on the line. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Well, I tell you what, that penalty costly. You saw Kime had some great offensive line in front of him that time who did a good job, and Kime gets out to the 40, but it's all going to come back. He would have had the first down. Now they're back to their 45 of the Sholo Cougars. Will be 2nd down and about 13. McGinnis runs to the sideline, gets the play, goes back out. So with that, 2nd now and 13. Out of the shotgun is McGinnis. He's got Kime, the lone back, behind him. Trips to the near side. Kime rolls left, looks left, throws out left into the flat, and he hits number 21, which is Ethan Walker. Walker maybe gets to about the original, just be inside the original line of scrimmage. And so now he's at the 40 or the 49-yard line of the Cougars, where it'll be 3rd and 9.
Bryden Hatch and Jace Merrill both for Snowflake ganging up on that tackle. That's the corner and the outside linebacker on that side.
Lining up on the near hash mark now, 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the far side, and it's going to be off to Kime. Kime right up the inside to the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. With 8:58 the Show Low Cougars put 6 points on the board.
And again, that's that explosive running by Weston Kime. He hits the line of scrimmage very quickly. Once he's able to get through that initial surge at the line of scrimmage, I think just one player from Snowflake looked like he was even able to touch him before he's able to get into the end zone for the first score of the football game.
Well, it looks like Martinez is going to be Ramirez for the PAT. The kick goes up, and it's good. With that, the Show Low Cougars take a 7-point lead, 8:58 left here in the first quarter. You're listening to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web, iTalk1067.com. Welcome back to Cougar Stadium, and a great opening drive for the Show Low Cougars, now leading 7-0, 8:58 left here in the first quarter. Ramirez with the kickoff. It's going to be taken at about the 5-yard line by Fox to the 10, 15, 20, 25, bringing it out right about to the 30 before he's brought down right in the midfield.
Number 70. Looked like he was in on the tackle with 36. That's Dax Hatch along with Chase Avila. But as you say, a good return that time by Snowflake to this time put him at the 30 to start their second possession.
1st and 10, double slots out of the shotgun. It's Standiford, looks left, throws left, out to the flat, a little quick pick, but in the backfield is Matt Brimhall, and he's going to lose about 4 yards on it.
It looked like Dalen Toon on the tackle, the corner on that side, or the outside linebacker.
So down from their own 27-yard line out of the near side. Standiford looks right, throws it across the middle. It looked like his intended receiver was 25. That's Brimhall, but just outside the reach of Brimhall. Brimhall just on a crossing pattern across the inside, and it was thrown just beyond his reach. So with that, quickly now, the Snowflake Lobos are put into a 3rd and about 13. Lining up on the left hash mark. They've got trips to the near side. Again, Standiford out of the shotgun, single back beside him. One receiver to the far side. He immediately throws left on the slant, and it's by the intended receiver, Taden Flake, where it needed to be.
Maybe just a little behind Flake, but still very catchable. Flake had both hands on it there just for a second, but just couldn't pull it in. But had he
to kick, his Toon.
Toon
puts it.
Turner put hands on the ball and dropped it, but there were a couple of players for Show Low in the area, and they're able to retain possession.
So really, the Snowflake Lobos, 2 offensive possessions, not really going anywhere, not wanting to let the Show Low Cougars quickly come back out of their offense. To Show Low Ford on iTalk 106.7 and on the web, iTalk1067.com.
This is high school football on iTalk 106.
Welcome back to Cougar Stadium. Our score is 7-0. The Show Low Cougars on their opening drive, 7 points on the board. Big run by Weston Kime. Can possess Snowflake territory at about the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. 3-by-2. The handoff. Again, the quarterback gets around the end and gets inside about the 40-yard line. Looks like it'll be good for a first. Lobos bring him out.
Going down.
Fake. I fell for it.
And gets very low on Kime, wraps him up around the ankles to hold him short, but still, like you said, it's enough for the first down.
That's a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. 1st and 10 for the Show Low Cougars. Line of the Lobos. Gun hands off to
Good, along with Caleb others. With that running game, very explosive runner, and despite a clogged middle of the field, he's still able to bump off 5 yards.
2nd down and 5 now. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis. It's going to be it's Dalen Toon, the reception. You caught the end. It's a first down. Distance to the goal. Goal from about inside the 10. Again, knocking on. He keeps it, I'm sorry.
Keeper.
And Guinness runs in.
Fakes the dive to Kime, and especially the middle of that defense. The defensive line and linebackers are going into Kime, leaving that space out on the outside with no edge contained for McGinnis to walk into the end zone.
Well, that's a new option for the Show Low Cougars. And again, McGinnis, not a guy name we're used to calling for on the ground game. The kick goes up, and it is good. The Show Low Cougars now with a 14-point lead. 6:40 left here in the first quarter. You're listening to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web, iTalk67.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Welcome back to Cougar Stadium. Our score 14-0. Show Low Cougars up. 2 quick scores on their first 2 possessions as they get ready to kick off. The Snowflake Lobos defensively having a hard time come up with a way to handle that defense or that offense so far. That option really creating problems this last series.
Well, great play calling and great reads by the quarterback McGinnis in order to get those 2 good runs.
It's a low kick, takes a big bounce by Fox. He drops it and is going to end up having to fall on it at the 5-yard line. Snowflake Lobos, when it goes bad, it's going bad right now as they're going to start their 3rd possession from their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, we saw them start their first at the 15. On the 2nd possession with a decent kick return, they were able to go to about the 30. But as you say, Bill, now they're starting with a 95-yard field in front of them, starting at their own 5.
You know, you got an update on a score right down the road. Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets as
they're going against the Payson Longhorns with just over a minute left in the first quarter. Blue Ridge up 14-0.
Tight formation for the Lobos. I formation in the backfield under center. And it's going to be Brimhall, the second back through. He's going to cut back to the left side, though. Gets a little bit of ground. He's going to gain about 3, looks like maybe a long 3 yards.
Cody Mars and on the tackle along with Tyler Threadkill. Looks like, if I'm reading numbers right from up here, or maybe that's Vidal Moreno. Anyway, great defensive line play so far by Sholo. The middle of that field is just really congested. Snowflake can have a tough time getting their running game going tonight.
It's going to be 2nd down and 7. It looks like just inside their 10. Standiford with a quick throw out of the shotgun. Well defended, though, by the Sholo Cougars. The ball gets knocked down.
As Xavier defending on the outside, as you say, that's a wide receiver. I think that's Flake out there, the intended receiver, but just great corner play by Brooks to knock that pass down.
You know, we've seen McGinnis, not a quarterback that we normally expect to run the ball for the Sholo Cougars. Standiford on the flip side for the Lobos. Great arm. We've seen him throw in the past. Strong, built like a linebacker, but not really a running style quarterback. We'll see what they come with. There's a bunch set to the near side. Standiford looks to the bunch and he's got pressure. He's going to take off inside with a spin move. He's going to get to pick up maybe 3 or 4 yards before he's brought down by Gabbard.
Well, Dylan Gabbard on the tackle, but before that, great pressure in the pocket by that Sholo front, putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. That was something they talked about wanting to do tonight, so good job by them defensively. They're trying to get the clock to stop.
They've got an injury, it looks like, on the field, but punt, we're going to keep it here. We talked about this, this win, but Standiford, a big quarterback for the Lobos, he's got a pretty big arm. We've seen him make some tough throws even earlier on that slant to Flake. It looked like it was there, had a chance to keep their last drive alive. Flake couldn't come up with it, but...
Well, he's very good at those passes to the sidelines, those quick out patterns. He can put some zip on the ball. But unfortunately here, Snowflake is not going to be able to get their offense going on this possession either. I think in their last 3 possessions, their first one was a 3-and-out, and now here they're going 3-and-out again on this possession.
Arturo Munoz coming off the field, being assisted off the field. He's the senior lineman. Hate to see that on senior night. But although he is on his feet, that's a good sign. 6'4", 240-pounder, a guy you want defensively out there. So it looks like back to kick for the Snowflake Lobos as they're 4th and about 4. Rolling right is Fox. He's going to cut back inside, but the Sholo Cougars not fooled in the least. And it looks like they're going to have great field position as the Snowflake Lobos were unable to come up with the first down.
Well, that's great defense by the Cougars. They were not fooled at all on that fake punt. Number 22 and some others. That's Trayson Neff along with some other Cougars in on the tackle. Cody Myers among them as well. So a good defensive stand by the Cougars, leaving them with exceptional field position here at about the 12-yard line of Snowflake.
So we've got another score, which is the Round Valley Elks up 14 points over Pima. So it looks like the Sholo Cougars now will be 1st and 10 just outside the 10-yard line of the Lobos, actually about the 12-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. McGinnis, he's got a single back behind him out of the shotgun. He's got Kine behind him at about 8 yards. Tight set for the Snowflake or the Sholo Cougars, and it's a quick handoff to Kine. He makes a quick cut, a spin move, keeps his feet moving, still on his feet, gets inside, it looks like the 5-yard line before he's brought down. Gain of about 7 yards.
Nathan Penrod, 21, ultimately the lone Lobo able to bring him down after a pile of Lobos had him wrapped up. But Weston Kime, as we've said, not only a quick runner, but a powerful runner. You got to really hit him and wrap up to bring him down.
Well, that correction there, he got 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 4 from about the 6-yard line. Again, out of the shotgun, it's McGinnis. He's got Kime behind him. And again, he hands off to Kime. Kime ends up good penetration by that Snowflake front. Kime had to make a quick cut right at the line, and he does that for a big guy, managed to pick up a couple more.
Well, as you say, a really crafty cut by Kime. Otherwise, he would have ran into a big wall of Lobo defenders, but good line surge by Sholo. Once Kime finds that space behind those linemen, he's able to surge forward for a good gain.
You know, prior to tonight, McGinnis only had 7 yards for the season, so tonight, obviously, he's doing a great job. It's a pitch to Kime around the left side. He's got space, makes a cut, and that's the 3rd quick score on the 3rd drive for the Sholo Cougars.
And you got to credit Jake Reedhead and Keegan Clark both for the Cougars. They're out there in space putting up blocks for Kime to run into space in the end zone, really almost untouched, and you just have to credit good blocking by those wide receivers out on that flat.
So with 4:14 to go now here in the first quarter, our score 20-0, and we'll see what happens here on the PAT. Juan Ramirez with the kick. It's going to go up, and it is good. So just like that punt, 21-0, not what we expected for the first quarter.
Not at all, but you know, Sholo off to a very, very good quick start offensively and defensively. Snowflake just really struggling to get anything going right now.
Well, I tell you what, maybe this wind is something Sholo likes to play in. They've got the wind at their back, which obviously is good, but really it's been on the ground where they've done all their damage. And you can't help but think that that option by McGinnis really opens it up for Kime.
For sure. You know, that's an adjustment Snowflake had to make after getting burned by that read option of McGinnis earlier possessions. When you do that, of course, it's leaving Kime with a little bit more space now inside for him to run.
Well, McGinnis, 6'5", 170 pounds. He's not like built like you're real heavy. He's fairly tall and lean, but does a nice job on those options, getting around, nice little footwork. The kickoff by Ramirez is going to it's going to land about the 14, 15, bounces inside the 10. Fox picks it up and just is fighting for any yards he can, trying to get out to the 20, and it looks like he is, and it was sheer work by Fox to get there.
Well, that's a pretty bold move by Fox to pick that up on the sideline. Probably a smart play, though. He turns quickly and finds some space in the middle of the field with all the defenders on pursuit. Well, it'll leave Snowflake at their 20. They have not had as good starting field position as the Cougars have had so far in this football game.
Well, you know, that fake punt on that last series really gave Sholo great field position at the 12-yard line. Coach Solomon probably regrets that. 1st and 10 now. First and 10 for the Snowflake Lobos, but it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. We're going to take a timeout as well. With 4:07 left here in the first quarter, our score, Sholo 21, Snowflake Lobos 0. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web, iTalk1067.com.
I got this.
Don't take time out of your busy day. Let Mountain Mobile Auto Glass come to you. All our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass will give you $50 cash, free movie passes, and free dinner.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
First quarter, 21-0, Cougars up by 21. And you couldn't ask for a better first quarter. It's not over yet for the Cougars. 3 possessions, 3 scores. Under center at Standiford, he's got an eye-back situation behind him. It's going to be a pitch around the right side. Brimall, he gets out to the 20, and maybe fights for about 4 yards, just shy of the 25-yard line, coming around the right side.
Looked like Brimhall might have some space out there on the edge. You know, there wasn't a lot of contain, but you got to credit Hallman and number 6 for Sholo, James Turner from his safety position, Hallman from his linebacker position, coming from the inside of the field, moving out, doing a good job of sealing off that run for just about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Snowflake comes out quickly again, I formation, standard for under center, slot formation to the far side, and it's a pitch around the far side. Brimhall, and again, he knocks down the first 2 tacklers, gets the ball out beyond the 30, which will be a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first. Well, looks like it is going to be a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down for the Snowflake Lobos.
And you don't see this very often, but number 56, Dylan Gabbard, was the first tackler to try to bring down the runner, and he just mowed him over right at the line of scrimmage. So a good piece of running that time to get that first down.
So it was a 1st and 10 now from the 30-yard line. Ice set for the Lobos, and a fake pitch, and it comes back in with the dive.
Nice
and Merrill
play.
quickly into the secondary, gets it beyond the 40, just outside the 40 to about the 42-yard line. But they're brought down. That'll be another Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down for the Lobos.
That's a nice play right there. They both backs going right, looking like a pitch, and then Merrill cuts back against the grain to find some space. A lot of room in the interior of the line with all the defenders moving in the other direction. And as you say, it's the safety, Turner, for Sholo ultimately being the safety to bring him down and keep him from getting into the end zone on that play.
Well, Turner, the leading tackler for the Lobos. Under center, again, for the Cougars. Standiford fakes the handoff and throws deep right over the center of the field, but his receiver cuts it off short. The only people that had a chance for it was Toon.
Toon for playing deep safety, and really Standiford throwing to the only real receiver in the area for the Lobos, but he was in triple, quadruple coverage. Just not many receivers going out that time for the Lobos, it looked like.
So it'll now be a 2nd down and 10 from the just beyond the 40-yard line of the Lobos. I formation, 1 receiver wide to the right. Under center is Standiford. He's going to hand it off to the second back, Brimhall, who gets it just out to the 45-yard line before he's brought down, a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards.
Arturo Munoz along with Vidal Moreno on the tackle for the Cougars. Doing a good job of sealing up those gaps inside for the Sholo Cougar defense.
Well, now we're looking at a 3rd down and 7, so it'll be, looks like about a short 7. But anyway, 3rd and 7, I formation, I set, under center Standiford. Standiford's going to pitch to Brimhall around the far side, the left side. Spins, makes one guy miss, maybe picks up 2 or 3 yards, but he's going to be well short of a first down.
Xavion Brooks, the corner out on that far side, ultimately making a tackle on Brimhall. You know, we talked about the explosive running of Weston Kime for Sholo. Could say the same thing about David Brimhall for the Lobos. Very active runner, keeps those feet moving all the time. Is not bashful about making contact with defenders that come up to try to tackle him.
That ball is going to be marked at the 48, where it'll be 4th down and about 4 yards to go. No doubt the Snowflake Lobos are going to punt it. The punt is going to be short, but it's going to take a Snowflake Lobo roll inside the 25, and it's going to be touched about the 23-yard line, where the Sholo Cougars will take over 1st and 10 and punt. Offense able to make a few first downs, but still, really, the Sholo Cougars have not really been deep in their own territory yet, as they're well out. They're outside the 20, maybe about the 22-yard line.
Well, I think the important thing is you say that Snowflake Lobos tried some different run schemes, and that last possession going outside a little bit more looked like that worked better, but they're still struggling with the passing game so far tonight are the Lobos.
So McGinnis out of the shotgun. He's got double slot on each side. Again, it's Kime and he looks like they were faking a speed sweep. McGinnis takes off up the left side of the line, but he's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a yard, but maybe 2 yards,
Oh,
but Snowflake Lobos did a nice job staying home.
Well, that's 42 for the Lobos. Garrett Wood, outside linebacker, coming up to make that initial tackle in the backfield. Ethan Walker was one of the backs that McGinnis was faking to, but just great play by Wood.
Trips to the near side, wing to the far side. Out of the shotgun is McGinnis, and McGinnis going to hand off to Kime. Kime moves sideways. He's going to pick up just shy of he's going to be brought down just shy of the 30-yard line, maybe the 29-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Again, not too much room that time for Kime in the middle of the field. Bryden Hatch and Wood also in on the tackle.
Well, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Our score 21-0, Show Low Cougars with a commanding lead here early. You're listening to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web, iTalk1067.com.
Want to save money on your next vehicle? Then go to the place with the lowest price guaranteed. Sholo Ford guarantees the lowest price on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. Plus, every new Ford gas engine vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty. Thought you could get a better deal in Phoenix? Think again. The absolute best deal in the state of Arizona is at Sholo Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in northern Arizona, and soon to be #1 in the state of Arizona. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
It's senior night here at Cougar Stadium, 21-0, the Cougars on top. And they have the ball. Looks like it's going to be about their 29-yard line. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis looks left, pumps, and throws underneath on a little hook route. Keegan Clark on a comeback, I guess. He's going to pick up maybe another 3 yards, just about a yard shy of the first down punt.
Well, Penrod and Hatch on the combo tackle out on that flat defensively for the Lobos, but not after a good gain on that catch by Clark. Well-placed pass by McGinnis. So Sholo offensively doing a good job of mixing in some pass with their run, and offensively just dominating so far in this contest.
Well, it's going to be 4th and just a short 1 yard to go. They're going to stay with it, though. Looks like out of the shotgun, surprising, about the 33-yard line, trying to get a 4th and 1. It's going to hand off to Kime. Kime with a quick cut, but it looks like the Lobos make a great stop, and it looks like we'll see where the mark is, but they have a chance here to take over with pretty darn good field position.
Yeah, just pick a number, because there's a whole bunch of Lobos right in the middle of the field just clogging up that center. But with the forward progress, it's all going to come down to the spot, and they're going to say he did get the progress to get the first down.
I'll tell you what, it was not by much. The Snowflake Lobo front did a great job with Kime. And Kime, again, one of those running backs that's so quick and big. He's got it all. Hard guy to stop for a loss, but, that one they barely got. Again, it'll keep the drive alive, though. That will be a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down. 1st and 10 for the Show Low Cougars at about the 33.5-yard line. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis pitch to Kime going around the near side. Kime with the stiff arm, and Turtles one, and before brought down well into the sideline. We'll see if there's, I'm surprised that it looked like he was taken down kind of right into their own bench.
Well, he did jump, as you say, and with that jump, the defender just kind of carries him out of bounds.
Kime is going to stay on the sideline, though. You can see him sitting over on the trainer's bench. Last week we saw him with that thigh bruise. We'll see if that impacted it all. Looks like he's back up, though, just stretching it out. So with that, it'll be about a 2nd down and 6 now. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis. He trips to the far side, lining up on the near hash mark. And again, it's going to be a quick handoff to Turner on the dive. And Turner gets about another 3 yards. It looks like he's going to go in outside the 40 to about the 43-yard line. And that will be a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down, and the chains are moving.
Well, Turner, another back that's very quick to the line of scrimmage. That time doing a good job just really following Chase Avila, number 71, for Sholo off that on the front line, doing a good job with line surge up front to get that first down.
Trips again for the Sholo Cougars to the far side. McGinnis out of the shotgun. He's got Turner with him. There's going to be motion, but he's going to hand off. He's going to fake the handoff, but the Snowflake Lobos not fooled at all as Jordan Peck comes up with a great stop for a loss.
Number 60, Jordan Patton, doing a good job. That he got quick, easy penetration at the line of scrimmage, did Patton, and just blew that play up. McGinnis didn't have a chance of even getting outside with that rush by Patton. Good job by him.
Second down now and about 13 to go as they lost 3 yards on the play. Out of the shotgun and McGinnis. He's got trips to the far side, rolls left, looks left, and then pressure as he's going to bounce back outside. Gets around and is going to hold on to it, keeps trying to get beyond the line of scrimmage and managed to right along the Snowflake Lobos sideline. Looks like he's going to pick up maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Jace Merrill coming up from his linebacker position. He initially dropped into pass coverage, did Merrill, but once he saw McGinnis start leaving that pocket after some pressure inside, he comes up to try to make an open field tackle, gets a hold of McGinnis enough to slow him down to allow some of his teammates to come over and clean it up. But good defensive stand, actually very good pass coverage that time by the Lobos, forcing McGinnis to leave the pocket.
Well, that defensive front doing a great job, as you mentioned, on the pressure. With that, it's going to be 3rd down and 11 from about the 43-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's going to go to Kime. Kime on the dive, and he's going to get to outside the 45 to the 46-yard line, brought down by Merrill.
Merrill and another defensive lineman on that side couldn't pick up the number. You could see Kime when he hits a line of scrimmage that time, just a lot of quick stutter steps by him, just trying to find a space to run into. So you got to credit that defensive front on those linebackers for the Lobos, doing a good job of sealing out those gaps.
So it'll be 4th down, 7 to go, and the Sholo Cougars are going for it. There's going to take a timeout on the field. We'll keep it here.
Sholo. That's their first.
We're going to run down to Ron Everingham on the sideline. Ron, on that fake punt, we saw the Snowflake Lobos. You know, it was a questionable call just because of where they were at, their own 12-yard line or way deep in their own territory.
Yeah, it almost seemed, unconventional for Snowflake, and Coach Solomon was calling for a punt. But at the last minute, I believe it was some of the assistant coaches were calling their code name for what obviously was the fake punt, and I think he even caught Coach by surprise a little bit. I don't know if they allow the players to audible to that if they see what's on the line or what. I'm not sure quite what happened.
Well, I tell you what, it was costly in that. Again, it was an easy score for the Sholo Cougars, and again with a 21-point lead in Sholo, that's not a place the Snowflake Lobos want to be in. Right now they are there. We'll see if they can come up with a stop. 4th down and 7 to go from about the 46-yard line of the Sholo Cougars. And it looks like they're going to probably go into punt formation. Toon is back to kick for the Sholo Cougars. Dalen Toon, a senior, 5'11", 160-pounder. Back to receive is Jake Christensen, a junior. And he's rolling right as Toon, pressured by the Snowflake Lobos. Stiff arm gets out to the 35-40 and knocked out of bounds. But with that, the Snowflake Lobos will have a great field position as they're starting in Sholo territory.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. You guys think that was a design fake punt?
I tell you, it was surprising how much pressure they had
so quickly. They had great pressure. Number 25, I think David Brimhall was the one in the backfield quickly, and then ultimately Garrett Wood able to seal him off to the sideline and push him out of bounds. That play really didn't have a chance.
Well, probably one of the first breaks for the Snowflake Lobo. They'll start 1st and 10 from the Sholo Cougar 42-yard line. Out of the I set, standard for under center. He's going to hand off to the dive back, face the pitch. It's Merrill up the inside. He gets inside the 40 to about the 30, looks like 7-yard line before he's brought down. We're going to send it back down to Ron on the sideline.
I know you guys can't tell this from your cozy little nest up there in the skybox with the treats you got, but it's really windy down here. It's going to be interesting to see if Snowflake takes advantage of passing this direction because the wind's blowing really hard from right to left, which has made it difficult for them first quarter to even try to pass.
Well, with that, thanks for the insight, Ron. And yes, we're going to eat your fair share of the treats. Out of the eye set, hands off to the second back. Brimhall, nice little stutter step. He gets inside the 35 all the way down to the 32-yard line where it will be a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down.
Vidal Moreno and Gabbard in on the tackle. Good job that time. The Snowflake line just getting enough of the surge and not allowing that defensive front for the Cougars any room to operate and allowing their back to find space inside for a nice gain, enough for the first down. So Snowflake putting together a threatening drive here.
Tight set, under center standard for eye set. Pitch around to Brimhall around the right side. Immediately met by Munoz, although Brimhall gets out of his grip, fights to get back to the line of scrimmage, which he does. Maybe picks up a little bit of yard, maybe a yard, but great penetration by the Show Low Cougars.
Well, that's a big Munoz, 6'4", 240 defensive lineman. He actually wraps up a little high on Brimhall, but credit Brimhall for not going down. He just keeps his feet moving and does a nice spin move just to break off what little gain he could get. Otherwise, he would have lost probably 3 or 4 yards on that carry.
We are spoiled up here, and more importantly, because of the White Mountain Youth Production Group. Great shot of that play. If you haven't seen it online, check it out, iTalk1067.com. Eye set, Standiford's going to hand off to the second back. Brimhall immediately met, but bounces around the left side, fighting for yards. 3 Show Low Cougars bring him down, but not until he got inside the 30-yard line.
And again, good open field tackle by the Cougars that time to limit Brimhall. He gets a little bit of a game, but this is going to leave Snowflake interesting here, Bill. 3rd and about 8, it looks like 7 or 8. And we'll see if they stay with their run, which they've gone to predominantly, or if they try throwing the ball here.
So it'll be 3rd and 8 from about the 28-yard line. Eye set, Standiford under center. He's going to fake the handoff, looks left, and throws left wide open. Is Wood, the leading receiver. I'm sorry, it's Taden Flake who catches the ball just shy, manages to roll and almost into the end zone, but just shy.
You see the 2 receivers filling the middle of the field here to cause the safety to decide which way to go. He goes actually to Flake, even though Wood was open deeper. Regardless, great execution, good play calling by the Lobos to get into that's the 2-yard line. So finally, Snowflake in the red zone, way down in the red zone. This is the first time they've seen this part of the field tonight.
Well, Flake, the leading receiver, the favorite receiver for the Snowflake Lobos, nice little catch by him. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. And it looks like they're going heavy to the right side out of the shotgun. And it's going a direct snap to Brimhall out of the Wildcat. He's going to go up and gets into the end zone. Well, at least the Snowflake Lobos are showing it, and now the officials showing it. And that's the first score for the Snowflake Lobos with 4:54 as they put 6 points on the board.
And again, as you noted, Bill, they're just loading that one side of the offensive line, just outnumbering the defense basically, and it's a direct snap to Brimhall, and he just follows that big wad of white jerseys into the end zone for their first touchdown of the night.
Well, again, we talk about it big on big. Both teams kind of passed the eye test. They've got some big guys on the front, which you like to see. Again, Snowflake Lobos, it looks like back to kick is going to be Brimhall for the PAT. So the Show Low Cougars loading up on the near side, and they're going to jump, so we'll see what happens here, but it'll be half the distance.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. We're going to repeat the untimed down.
Well, it looks like they're going to stay with it.
No, they're going to drop into a run formation here, the same we saw when they ran the touchdown. We'll see if it's the same play. It is the exact same running play. Show Low not able to adjust, and they get the quick 2-point conversion.
Brimhall goes in untouched. With that, the Snowflake Lobos now with 8 points on the board. 21-8 our score.
Exactly what he said. Exactly what he was going to do.
In the second quarter. You're listening to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Yes. You're on. The ref's mic's on. Okay.
4:54 left here in the first half. Our score 21-8. Finally, the Snowflake Lobos put points on the board. And again, maybe I don't know if it's the coaches going for it on a fourth down, but the Snowflake Lobos end up with a short field and take advantage of it.
Well, and you have to execute offensively in order to get those points, and hats off to the Lobos finally putting a drive together tonight.
Despain to kick for the Snowflake Lobos. To receive, looks like it's going to be Keegan Clark and Toon. Toon's going to bring it out. He's at the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, still on his feet, brought down about the 42-yard line. But what an incredible return for the Show Low Cougars.
Great return by Toon, just moving right up the middle. Ultimately, Brigden Turley able to bring him down for the Lobos. Otherwise, he had more green in front of him to run.
Looks like there's a flag on the field.
Sideline warning on the kicking team.
So there you heard it, a sideline warning. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Show Low Cougars. That sideline warning against the Snowflake Lobos. So the Show Low Cougars with great field position as they're going to start at their own 46-yard line. Out of the shotgun is McGinnis. The lone back behind him is Kime. And double slots. McGinnis, motion coming to the near side. He's going to hand off to the motion. It's a little speed sweep to Toon. Toon gets beyond the midfield mark and is brought down inside Snowflake territory at about the 47-yard line.
Taden Flakin on the tackle, but again, not after a good gain by the Cougars. Moving now into Snowflake territory with that run of about 7 yards. So that'll leave them at the 47 of Snowflake.
So it'll be 2nd down now, 4 yards, 2nd and 4 for the Show Low Cougars. Staying with that formation, double slot out of the shotgun, and it's a handoff to Kime. Kime cuts behind his block, gets into just inside the 40 before he's brought down, or right at the 40. But a nice bit of running and a nice bit of blocking for the Show Low Cougars.
Check.
That will be another Mountain Mobile Autoglass 1st down.
Jace Merrill for the Lobos coming in to make the tackle, but again, not after a good run by Weston Kime.
Show Low Cougars quickly to the line now. McGinnis out of the shotgun. He's got Kime behind him. Trips to the far side. One receiver to the near side. McGinnis again, hands off to Kime, who takes a quick jump right at the line of scrimmage and manages to pick up about 3 yards. But Kime is so quick. He's got his eyes downfield. Even on the handoff, you can see him make quick adjustments.
Well, if you look on the replay, those watching online, you can see a great combo hit between Jace Merrill and Brimhall here to take him down. That's some good defense against a very, very good runner in Weston Kime.
2nd down and 8 now for the Show Low Cougars. Trips to the far side. Looks like Toon to the near side. Out of the shotgun is McGinnis. Kime behind him. McGinnis rolls left and throws left out into the flat or on a hook. And it looks like it's going to be caught on the reception, and it's Turner on the reception. That will be a Mountain Mobile Autoglass 1st down. The chains are moving, and the Show Low Cougars inside the 30 at the Snowflake Lobo 29-yard line.
That's a good throw by McGinnis. Not a lot of room to put that ball. You can see an outside linebacker and a corner right there in that area. Very tight window to be able to deliver that completion. Good job.
Show Low Cougars driving now here with 2:54 left in the game, up 21-8. Out of the shotgun is McGinnis. He's going to hand off again to Kime off the right side. And Kime fights off some blocks. The 10, the 5, and quickly in to score. Weston Kime is taking advantage of senior night tonight with some great runs.
You can see the leg strength on the run that time by Weston Kime. He's running through linebackers and safeties there. And again, not only is he quick, he's very powerful below the waist, and just a great job by him to get his third rushing touchdown of the football game.
So it's Ramirez back for the PAT. The snap and the placement, and the kick is up, and it is good. The Show Low Cougars answering quickly to the Lobos score. Our score here, 28-8 with 2:42. The Show Low Cougars up. You're listening to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You're listening to high school football presented by Show Low Ford on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pine Top Show Low, and on 102.5 Pine Top, a Kopanicki communication station. Punt. We couldn't ask for a better game. 28-8 Show Low Cougars again answering the call. 2:42 left here in the half. This kickoff goes deep. It's going to land about the 8. Fox picks it up, and he's out to the 15, to the about just shy of the 20, the 19 before he's brought down. Northland Pioneer College, when it comes to kicking off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College. And again, on that kickoff, the Show Low Cougars, looks like they're going to place the ball at about the 17 or 18-yard line. So the Snowflake Lobos going to have kind of a tough place to start from.
And again, they have not had great field position tonight, have the Lobos, especially compared to the Cougars. With the exception of that one possession, their last possession that they scored on, they had great field position.
I said Standiford, he's going to fake the handoff. He rolls left, and he pumps it and then throws it.
Nice.
Great throw to Flake. Flake on the out, turns it back inside. I'm sorry, Neff. No, Flake on the catch, though. And the Snowflake Lobos get the ball out about to the 23-yard line.
Trayson Neff, the safety for Show Low, having to come up and make that tackle on Flake after the catch. But a good job by Standifer hanging tight in that rolling pocket and able to find an open receiver.
You can see on that pump he's strong because, he didn't have much behind it, just arm, but he puts it right where it needs to be. I said he's going to fake the handoff or the pitch, and it's going to be a little draw right up the inside, not fooling the Show Low Cougars who stay home. Moreno on the stop at about the 19-yard line.
That just looked, that's that. We saw that before, that fake pitch counter to the lead back, and just had a slow time getting started.
Back to the line of scrimmage, no huddle. 3rd down and 4 now from about the 19, just shy of the 20. Double slots on both sides. Out of the shotgun now, Standifer. He's got a single back beside him. He's looking right, throws right, and Wood, the intended target, but unable to come up with it. And there was a little bit of pressure around him.
Well, again, that takes a good, accurate pass with Wood cutting to the middle with where the safety's standing. Wood anticipating the contact, but still not able to pull in that pass.
Well, Wood a big target at 6'5", and again, it looked like that ball had a little zip on it. Maybe got away a little bit, but I don't know. It looked like it was in the area. With that, the Snowflake Lobos, though, facing a 4th down and 4 to go at their just shy of their 20-yard line. I'm sorry, the 25-yard line. Are going to have to punt it, waiting for their snapper to come out there. Hard to punt without a snapper. Fox to punt, to receive is Toon. Toon calls for a fair catch. He's going to take it about the Show Low Cougar 41-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Show Low Cougars again with excellent field position.
You know, with just over a minute 17 on the clock before halftime, you can guarantee that Sholo's going to try to take an opportunity here to put some more points on the board.
Well, you can't help but wonder if this defense for the Snowflake Lobos is getting a little tired. They've been out there quite a bit here in the first half. Punt, you've got some scores after this play. We'll try to get some of these scores, updates from around the division. 1st and 10 for the Snowflake, or for the Show Low Cougars at the 40, their own 41-yard line. Out of the shotgun is McGinnis. Staying with Kime. Kime fumbles, and again, it looks like the Lobos are going to come up with it. Caden Flake, and they do come up with it. The Show Low Cougars, Kime, looks like he really didn't have a good grip on it once on the handoff, but he loses it. Snowflake Lobos come up with it. Caden Flake, I'm sorry.
That's a big turnover. We talked about turnovers being potentially one of the keys to the game tonight. And so instead of Sholo having an opportunity to try to put points on before the half, now it's Snowflake being on the Sholo 41 where they may have a crack at it here.
Standerford coming out of the shotgun, trips bunch set to the far side. He looks immediately and comebacks left on the slant, and he throws behind. It looked like the intended receiver, Flake. Well pressured by the Show Low Cougars, though, defensively. There's a flag on the field.
Yeah, they're going to call roughing the passer against Sholo with late contact on the quarterback, Sanderford.
Personal foul. Number 75 with the roughing the passer. Defense, a 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
That's Bob Fiera.
Incomplete pass.
The referee down on the field. So again, Snowflake with great, again moving the ball downfield at about the 26-yard line. 1st and 10, trips to the far side. Standerford out of the shotgun. He's rolling right, comes back left. He loses the ball, and it looks like the Show Low Cougars might have come up with it. Great pressure by that defensive front of the Cougars.
Well, and there's a flag thrown by the back judge, the referee in the backfield of Snowflake, and you got to believe he's going to be calling a holding penalty. It's a guess on my part, but with all the linemen around.
Holding on the offense, number 65. That penalty will be declined. First down, Sholo.
Yeah, as expected, you know, there was a clog of linemen trying to give Standerford protection. They end up throwing the flag, Joey Fish, on the hold, but more importantly, there is the fumble and the turnover, so Sholo will get the ball back here with 1:03 left on the clock.
Well, 2 turnovers here right before half, one by the Cougars, now the Snowflake Lobos, so it'll be Cougar ball at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, out of the shotgun is McGinnis. He's got double slots. Kime behind him, the lone back.
Check.
Motion going towards him from the near side. He rolls left, throws deep down the field, down the left sideline, and it's Toon with the catch. Drops back and gets inside the 40, still on his feet, gets inside the 37 to about the 36-yard line.
There's a flag being thrown in the backfield of Sholo. Despite that great reception, I think they're going to call a lineman downfield, it looks like. We'll hear the referee here on the call.
An eligible receiver, downfield, number 75 on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
But that was a great pitch and catch that time. Toon on the catch, and great yards after the catch, I thought, making some guys miss, but all for naught as they get an offensive lineman down the field. With that now, it'll put the Show Low Cougars back to their 27-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15. 50 seconds left here in the first half. Our score 28-8. The Show Low Cougars, McGinnis out of the shotgun. He's got trips to the far side. Motion, and McGinnis is going to hand off to Kime on the quick blast off the right guard. And he's going to get to about the 30, and he's brought down.
Davis K, number 44, the outside linebacker on the side that Kime runs to, does a great job of sealing off that edge, coming in low to wrap up Kime to limit his gain.
it looked like Toon, or I believe it was Toon on the receiving side on that play that was called back, wide open. Again, hands off to Keim on the blast up the inside, but the Snowflake Lobos there. It'll be third down and about 7 from just shy of the it looks like about the 34-yard line.
It looks like that might be the last play of the half. They're going to let the clock roll down, will the Cougars.
And that is going to be the half. Our score 28-8.
And that is
as we go into halftime. When we return, we've got the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Again, 28-8. The Show Low Cougars up by 20. You're listening to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7, as well as 106 iTalk 1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Welcome back. It's halftime at Show Low Cougar Stadium, and it's senior night as well, and what a great first half for the Show Low Cougars. Our score 28-8. Punt, great performance by that Show Low offense, I thought, in the first half. Came out with obviously a lot of energy, really led by Keim, I thought, that got it started, and then McGinnis as well. Do you want to kind of review the scoring?
Sure, real quick. As you say, Show Low off to a very quick start tonight with 8:58 in the first quarter. Show Low with their first touchdown, a 52-yard touchdown run by Weston Keim, and the successful point after, bringing the score to 7-0. And then again with 6:40 in the first, McGinnis on that option read 9-yard touchdown run, point after successful to bring the score to 14-0. Then again with 4:14 left in the first quarter, Weston Keim punches it in from 4 yards out on the run with a successful point after to bring it to 21-0. And then finally, Snowflake able to put together their first and obviously most significant drive of the game with 4:54 left in the second, scoring on a 2-yard touchdown run by Brimhall, and then on a penalty on the point after, Snowflake electing to go for the 2-point conversion. They are successful on that to bring the score to 21-8. And then Show Low able to put up the last score of this first half with 2:42 left in the second. Weston Keim with a 30-yard touchdown run and a successful kick after to bring this to our halftime score of 28-8.
Well, we've seen some interesting scores, but you have to me personally, I feel like Keim, a guy that we're used to seeing, impressive bit of running. Last week taken out probably at the end of the first quarter, it seemed, maybe even prior, but missing about 3/4 of that Blue Ridge game. You can really see the impact of that running back. He's a big guy, about 190, 200-pounder, has speed, though, and really quick feet. You see that he makes adjustments before the line of scrimmage, has a good eye, too.
Well, and he has powerful legs. We've seen him where he'll be in a cluster of defenders that have hands on him, but they just can't bring him down. You got to really wrap him up because he keeps those feet moving, but he's strong as well and just doing an outstanding job for the Cougars so far in the first half.
Well, when you look at, you can hear the band out if you're looking online, iTalk1067.com. The Sholo Cougar band out there at halftime putting on a performance. But punt, another thing, part of that Snowflake attack, McGinnis only had 7 yards, I think, going into tonight's game. And yet on that option, we saw McGinnis, who's a big guy, kind of lanky guy, really does a great job. And I think he reads it really well and rides his fakes, does a great job keeping that defense on edge.
Well, and by having Weston Keim as his dive back, he's going to attract a lot of the defenders. We saw that on the first 2 times Sholo ran that option. Everyone defensively going right to Keim, anticipating, of course, that he would be getting the ball as he had done earlier in the football game. But credit McGinnis, does the right read. He's tall, so he can see over a lot of the defenders, and I think that's an advantage for him as well, just seeing where the space is. But as you say, he's not the fastest guy out there, but quick enough to get outside and beat the contain.
And so overall, only a sophomore, great performance so far in the first half by the Sholo Cougars. When we return, we're going to kind of review some of the stats, and then again, we've still got to talk about keys to the second half, adjustments we expect teams to make. You're listening to the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Sunrise Park Resort has got a great deal preseason sale going on ski passes. So if you're looking to get your pass, now is a great time to take advantage of it. That Sunrise Park Resort, you can do it online or you can download it and go up and buy it on site. But you can buy it in advance and save money. Great time to save money on your ski pass for the season. Up at Sunrise. Check it out for all the details, sunriseskipark.com. So with that, we're going to step away. When we return, we're going to review some of the stats and the performance of both teams here in the first half. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web, iTalk1067.com.
I got this.
Don't take time out of your busy day. Let Mountain Mobile Auto Glass come to you. All our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass will give you $50 cash, free movie passes, and free dinner.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Want to save money on your next vehicle? Then go to the place with the lowest price guarantee. Sholo Ford guarantees the lowest price on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. Plus, every new Ford gas engine vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty. Thought you could get a better deal in Phoenix? Think again. The absolute best deal in the state of Arizona is at Sholo Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in northern Arizona, and soon to be #1 in the state of Arizona. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Great time to pick up passes at Sunrise Park Resort. Buy it preseason and save. Sunrise Park Resort at sunriseskipark.com. Go online. You can get all the details. That's sunriseskipark.com. It's halftime here. Senior night. Show Low Cougars up 28-8 at halftime. And we're going to be joined by Mike Caldwell. And Mike, a pretty interesting first half when you look at the stats.
Well, it is, Bill. This win playing a huge factor. It's pretty much limited both teams to just a rushing attack. And Showa basically is up 28-8, and they've won the rushing attack. Snowflake has tried to pass a little bit more. Standiford's having a rough time. 3 for 9 for 25 yards. Rushing, Sholo's totally shut down Snowflake's rushing attack. They've only got 54 yards rushing. David Brimhall led the way with 10 carries for 26 yards, and Jace Merrill's added 3 carries for 18 yards, bringing a total of 79 yards for the Snowflake Lobos. So you've got to really credit Sholo for shutting down the Snowflake Lobo offense, which can be explosive at times. In Snowflake's benefit, they've only had 1 penalty, and then they've lost 1 fumble, and then they also had a fake punt. Both teams have had fake punts, and you got to wonder, maybe it's because of the wind. Both of them were going into the wind, and maybe they just didn't want to take the risk of a punt, and so they just thought the risk was worth it. Of course, it didn't pay off for either team, and both teams ended up scoring off those fake punts. Sholo's had a little bit more success, at least passing. They haven't passed for any more yards, but Colton McGinnis is 4 for 4 for 34 yards, so they are having success passing. Really, Weston Kimes leading the way with the Sholo Cougars. He's got 3 TDs. You got a 52-yarder, a 30-yarder, and a 4-yarder. 17 carries for 118 yards. And you guys talked about a new little wrinkle that Sholo added this week. We haven't seen it. I think this is the 3rd game we've seen Sholo, and they brought the option. And so that's kind of opened up things for Weston Kime, and Colton McGinnis has made some good reads, and he's actually has a 9-yard rushing touchdown. So basically Sholo's had some more success in the ground game, and as a result, they're up 28-8.
Well, I tell you what, you got to be impressed by McGinnis running that option. We're used to seeing him we haven't really seen him do that, or at least I haven't, but he does a nice job with it. And again, he's a tall, lanky guy. He's not like an option style looking quarterback, and yet he does a great job getting around the corner, riding the fake, and I think he really caught that Snowflake Lobo defense off guard.
Yeah, Bill, I think you made a key point. He rides it for a long time, so it really sucks in the defense. So he does a great job doing that for a sophomore, and then somebody who's really kind of a passer more than a runner. So that's a good point on the ride.
Something we're not used to. These 2 coaches, really good coaches, and yet I think 2 scores came off of coaching errors, on the fake punts. You talked about it. Both teams tried fake punts. For each team it failed, and when it did fail, the other team took advantage of it and scored.
Yeah, it's basically like a turnover.
So we're also joined by Kinsey Hamilton. Kinsey, your thoughts on the first half? Pretty impressive performance by the Sholo Cougars.
Yes, definitely. I know those boys definitely work hard, and they've shown that tonight.
Well, obviously, Weston Kime, great to see him back. Again, missing a lot of the Blue Ridge game, and you see what a part of the offense the role he plays in it. Tonight, it looks like he's got some passion in the way he's running, but just as Mike mentioned, 3 scores. That's the Weston Kime we're used to seeing.
Yeah, Weston Kime definitely is favored by his coaches as one of their key players of the team, and he, just his running, as you were talking about earlier, just his powerful runs, he just goes.
He takes advantage of it. You're absolutely right. You've got some scoring updates from around the division.
Yeah, so Blue Ridge is up 28 against Payson, and Payson is 0. Winslow 38 against Holbrook 7.
Alchese.
Yeah, sorry, I cannot pronounce today. 64 up to Many Farms 14, and then Yuma Catholic 14 against Valley Christian, and they are 0.
Well, we're obviously some solid scores. I think we're going to step away for about a minute, and then when we return, we're going to try to get a few minutes or just a quick talk with the coaches. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation on Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
All right.
They don't have any coaches. They got one. They got Reek or whatever his name is, Reddick.
Again, our halftime show was presented by Sunrise Park Resort. Sunrise Park Resort obviously shut down for all their summer operations, but still, it's a great opportunity to buy your season's passes, your Sunrise cards. You can buy early and save preseason pricing. Take advantage of it. You can go online to check out for all the details. That's sunriseskipark.com, sunriseskipark.com. We're going to send it down to Ron Everingham, and Ron's got Coach Solomon with him down on the sideline. Ron?
Thanks, Bill. Coach Solomon, probably not the first half that you wanted. What did you talk to the boys about at half in order to turn this around?
Well, made a few adjustments, but it just comes down to we got to execute out on the field, play after play. Everybody's got to do their job, and we've done that from time to time, but not consistently enough. So.
One of the things that surprised us was the fake punt down deep in your own area. What do you see when that happens?
That wasn't called. I'm not quite sure what our punter had in mind there. It wasn't a super clean snap, but it wasn't. Didn't look that bad to me. But he didn't feel like he had time to get it off, so that wasn't part of the plan.
Okay, gotcha. All right, good luck second half, Coach. Yep, back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Ron. And again, Coach Solomon, always candid. You know what? It's just one of the great coaches in this region. Nice to have that opportunity to talk to him. And Ron, you had mentioned it. Maybe that call not planned as far as that fake punt. Well in their own territory. I think the Sholo Cougars ended up with it at the 12-yard line of the Snowflake Lobos. And again, a little bit of a shocker. Snowflake Lobos with the number 9 ranking. The Sholo Cougars at 13. But again, this rivalry, it's not surprising. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. These boys, they love each other off the field, but on the field they work hard, they push hard, and we played Blue Ridge just a couple days ago, and that's another one of our rivals. But this is definitely a tougher game, I think, and I think Sholo's just pushing hard.
Well, Sholo really performing well, and maybe as a result of that performance last week, although injuries, I think, created some of the issues. Although you have to credit the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Right now they're up considerably over the Payson Longhorns. 28-0, I think, was the score at halftime. So not a bad, again, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets looks like they're going to be leading into their last game of the season against the Snowflake Lobos next week. And that'll be a pretty exciting end as those two teams face off. But so this will be a lot of, again, as Ron just mentioned, I don't think you heard it, but that is going to be for the winner of the 3A East. So with that, the second half, as we get ready to start, it's going to be the beginning of the third quarter now for the Snowflake Lobos kicking off, receiving on the, again, it was a deferred in the first half.
Turner and
Sholo is going to be receiving. It looks like Toon is going to take it about the 10, almost fell, gets up 15, out to the 20, a stiff arm, out to the 25, around the right corner,
kicker
beyond the 30, finally knocked out of bounds just outside the 35-yard line, and we've seen so many good returns by the Show Low Cougars.
Well, that's a great return, and as you mentioned, a couple of good stiff arms, one on Taylor Flake, and the other looked like Jace Merrill perhaps on the kickoff team for the Lobos, but good piece of running to get outside.
Well, when it comes to time to kick off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona, Northland Pioneer College. 1st and 10, and it's a handoff to Kime, picking up where he left off the right side, just short of the 40-yard line, brought down at the 39.
Again, it's that read option. This time the ball going to Kime. Good line surge up front by that offensive line for the Cougars, allowing a good first gain there of about 4 or 5 yards by the Show Low Cougar offense.
2nd and 6 for the Show Low Cougars. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis at the 39-yard line. He's going to, again, hand off to Kime, and Kime is going to, looks like just on that same blast up the right side, he's going to be brought down at about the 44, 43-yard line.
Again, Jace Merrill, the inside linebacker for the Lobos, able to bring him down along with some help from the safeties. But anytime you have linebackers that deep along with safeties trying to bring down a running back, you can tell that's good line surge by the offensive line allowing that space.
3rd and 1 now for the Show Low Cougars. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis. And McGinnis going to hand off to Kime, but met in the backfield by Garrett Wood, as well as number 44 for the Snowflake Lobos.
Davis K, the outside linebacker, and Garrett Wood. Garrett Wood playing looked like a defensive end on that play.
Looks like they're going to lose about a yard. It'll be 4th down, 2 to go. Show Low Cougars going to go for it, though, from their own 43-yard line. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis trips to the far side, and it's a handoff to Kime, who blasts around the left side. Still on his feet, gets out beyond midfield, gets that the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down and a little bit more, as he's brought down at the 49-yard line of the Snowflake Lobos.
And Trace Hancock, number 5, ultimately the opposite side safety, bringing down Kime, but not after a good game. Another good gain by Weston Kime to get another first down for the Show Low offense.
A slot to the near side, single receiver to the far, out of the shotgun, McGinnis. He's got one back right behind the right guard. Hands off to Kime, who goes off that side, off the left side, and he's going to get stopped after a gain of about a yard.
Yeah, good gang tackling that time by a bunch of Lobos. Brimhall along with, I think that's Christensen, if I'm not mistaken, Jake Christensen from his safety position, just doing a good job at clogging things up on the inside.
I said a yard, but it looks like it's going to be about 4 yards. That pile, hard to find where Kime was. It'll be 2nd down, 6.
No, he's not out. Sorry.
Right at the center of the field at about the 46-yard line of the Lobos, out of the shotgun, McGinnis.
Turner.
He's going to again hand off to Turner this time, who's in. And Turner with a spin move makes the first guy miss, gets inside the 30, or inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line, and he's brought down just about 3 yards shy of a first down.
Well, you mentioned that spin by Turner, nice little spin move after he makes contact, would look like with a linebacker, but with that spin puts him pretty close to getting a first down. It'll be about 3rd and about 2, 3rd and 3.
Trips to the near side, single receiver to the far side, McGinnis. He rolls left, throws left, out in the flat.
Walker.
And looks like that throw is going to be a little bit short. The intended receiver, number 21, that is Ethan Walker.
And that's Ethan Walker coming out of the backfield, just trying to beat the corner to the sideline. And as you say, that pass maybe just a little bit behind him. Walker not able to gather it up. So leaving Show Low with a 4th and 3 here. They're going to go for it, being in Snowflake territory at their 42.
4th and 3, as you mentioned, punt from the 42. Out of the shotgun is McGinnis. Slots to the far side, and it's going to be on the lead. It's going to be Kime, and Kime gets through the line easily inside the 35, brought down at the 34 for a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down.
That's just a big hole at the line of scrimmage. Great blocking up front by that Show Low offensive line, giving Kime a lot of space. Big seam for him to run through. And a runner like Kime takes full advantage to get that first down.
Well, Kime picking up where he left off. Impressive yards in the first half and already getting after it here. Trips to the near side. It's a 1st and 10 now. Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down from the 35. And again, it's going to be a handoff to Kime, who goes off the right side. He gets inside the 30 for a pickup of about 5 yards.
Well, you know, we talked about the big runs from Weston Kime in that first half. He knocked off a couple of really long touchdown runs. He's turning into the workhorse here for this Cougar offense. They're going to take him off and let him get a spell here.
Turner, the single back, out of the shotgun, McGinnis. Rumble. And there's a ball on the ground, a turnover. And the Snowflake Lobos fall on it. And it looked like out of the snap, McGinnis just didn't have a handle on it.
Yeah, it looked like he took his eyes off the ball, actually. McGinnis, it was a running play. Again, a read option off to the left. He just did not pull that snap in, and it bounces right into the Lobo defenders. Bryden Hatch coming up with the fumble recovery.
An impressive opening drive, but it's going to end with a turnover where the Snowflake Lobos take over now, 1st and 10 at their 33-yard line. A tight formation, 2 backs out of the shotgun, and it's Standifer. He's going to hand off to Brimhall. Goes off the right side. He's got some lead backs. He gets out to the 39, to the 40. He looks like he's going to get right at the 40-yard line before he's brought down. Gain of about 6.
That's great running by Brimhall, doing a good job of being patient, following his blocks, and knocking off a nice gain for the Lobos.
No huddle now. Again, out of the shotgun. He's got Brimhall beside him. Tight formation. Again, handing off to Brimhall off the right side. You got to really credit that defensive front for the Cougars as they met him, but he still manages to pick up about 3 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and maybe a long 2 or short 2.
Lobos no huddle. They're rushing things up here on 3rd down.
Standerford again out of the shotgun. Brimhall beside him. 3rd down and 2. He's going to fake the handoff to Brimhall, and it's coming around on the reverse, or on the counter, I'm sorry. The Show Low Cougars not fooled in the least and dropped for a loss. They're going to drop back about another 3 yards or 4 yards. It'll now be 4th and 6.
And credit Trayson Neff, the number 22 for the Cougars, with that great defensive play. Does an outstanding job of setting the edge on that counter player, that speed sweep type play. That play just did not even have a chance.
Snowflake Lobos again back to punt. We'll see. They've got that rugby style of punt. Here's the punt. It gets off, and it's going to be a spiral right down the middle. Deep spiral. Takes a Snowflake Lobo bounce into the end zone. Show Low Cougars to take over at their own 20. So again, the Show Low Cougars with their 2nd possession punt. That turnover, you know, they deferred in the first half. That opening drive looked like it was going to work for them as they were going downfield. But that turnover, we'll see if they can come back and reestablish, but it was all on the ground.
Yeah, it was definitely the running game that was making things work for the Cougars. And as you say, they had a steady possession going, moving into Snowflake territory before that turnover. So we'll see what they can do here starting from their own 20.
McGinnis out of the shotgun, trips to the near side. He's going to hand off to
Keeps.
No, it's a fake, and he's going to keep it around the left side. He's out to the 40, 45. Just shy of the midfield. Nice bit of running by McGinnis, and he quickly gets that Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down and a lot more.
Bryden Hatch ultimately dragging him down for the Lobos, and that was just a foot race to the outside. Snowflake completely breaking down on their edge coverage, allowing McGinnis with that option read. Once he got outside, he had the sideline and showed some good, decent speed getting down before Hatch was able to bring him down.
That length, that long frame eats up ground on those strides, but you mentioned a nice speed out of the shotgun. He's got trips to the near side. He's going to hand out to Kime. A quick blast, jumps sideways, makes the first tackle miss. He's going to pick up about 5 yards quickly.
And again, you know, they go back to Kime this time. Show Low with their running game from the prior possession where they ended up fumbling. And just on a couple of plays here so far in the second possession of the second half. Show Low doing a great job of executing their running game so far.
Snowflake having a hard time defensively, trying to figure out how to slow down this offense, this running attack. 2nd down and 5 in Snowflake Lobo territory at the 47. Out of the shotgun, and again, it's a handoff to Kime up the left side. Kime gets inside the 45. Looks like about the 44-yard line, just shy of a first down. It'll be 2nd down and a long or short 2.
And again, that's just a quick hit, dive play up the middle. They'll bring Kime off to give him another breather.
26 carries.
You know, he's had a ton of carries tonight. I think he's up to 26 carries for the football game. Definitely earning his keep tonight is Weston Key.
Turner comes back out now, the running back, single back. Again, out of the shotgun, it goes to Turner. Turner with that blast, keeps his feet moving, gets inside the 40 before he's brought down. That is a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down as the Show Low Cougars keep this drive moving.
Nothing really fancy so far with the exception of that read option by McGinnis, and even that's not a really fancy play, but Show Low, again, just doing a great job of executing in the trenches with their line play, of getting their running game going really well here in the second half.
1st and 10 from the 40. 4:10 left here in the first quarter, 28-8, and it's on the fake counter, and it's going to be a McGinnis who keeps it, takes off the right side.
And Christensen.
And probably not his best run. It looked like kind of scary to watch him run as he was wrapped up, but hops up and runs to the sideline for the next play.
Christensen from the safety position for the Lobos, along with Merrill having to come over to make the tackle on McGinnis. But as you say, kind of looked maybe like a little indecisive move, but McGinnis, credit him, he gets yardage out of it.
Again, it's a handoff to Kime. Kime takes off the left side. He's held up but keeps his feet moving, gets around the edge. He's inside the 20 and knocked out of bounds. It looks like just shy of the 50. It looks like it'll be about the 18-yard line.
Well, if you look on the replay here, Kime runs right into number 34, Bryden Hatch. But when you don't wrap up, you can see there what Kime is capable of doing.
Again, it'll be 1st and 10 now. That's a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down. Show Low Cougars quickly to the line, about the 18-yard line. Trips to the near side out of the shotgun. McGinnis, Kime, the lone back. Correction, that's Turner, the lone back. And it's a pitch this time around the left side to Toon. Toon managed to cut back as he was met around the left side, but he's going to lose more yardage as he's knocked back out to about the 28-yard line.
And again, that's that option read by McGinnis, fakes the dive, which typically in the past has drawn a lot of defenders, but credit Snowflake that time. They do set the edge to the outside, and the pitch man for Show Low, Toon, had no room whatsoever, and Davis Kay doing a great job, open field tackle deep in the backfield for Show Low. That's going to be a rare big loss here for Show Low.
2nd down and 20. You talked about it. Out of the shotgun standard for Trips to the near side. Fakes a handoff, looks back, throws on the screen to Turner or up the left side. But again, great penetration by Brimhall. The ball gets knocked loose. We haven't got the call yet.
They got it back.
It looks like it is going to be the Show Low Cougars that maintain possession, but they lose some more yards now as they're almost just out to their 35. Looks like their own 34-yard line.
You can see a little bubble.
The Lobo 34-yard line.
A little bubble screen out to
Turner.
But great open field tackle there by Brimhall, actually causing the fumble as well.
It's 3rd and 26 now for the Show Low Cougars, and the ball out to the 33-yard line of the Snowflake Lobos. So still in Snowflake territory. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis. We got Trips to the near side. A single back behind him. Looks like they're going to go double slots on both sides. Looks right, throws right down the sideline. The Snowflake Lobo, though, steps in front. Penrod on the interception. Gets it, brings it back out to the 15 where the Lobos will take over.
Great job by Nathan Penrod. Sees, he stays with the receiver, but able to look back, find the ball, and just steps in front to intercept that. And again, another, a good momentum drive there for the Cougars ends in another turnover. We saw that with their last possession on the fumble. So Sholo really kind of shooting themselves in the foot here offensively with those turnovers.
Well, it's important. 28-8. The Cougars up by 20. The Snowflake Lobos can't afford to let them get up any further. Standerfer out of the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, looks downfield, throws downfield, and he hit Garrett Wood right in the hands. Garrett Wood drops to a knee, not happy, just couldn't hang on to it.
Well, he had both hands on it, did Wood. I think he just a matter of there was a safety right there with him. Maybe thinking of turning a little too quick, anticipating that contact, and ends up dropping that pass. A perfectly placed pass by Standerfer, as you say, Bill.
Well, it was a nice fake and a nice throw by Standerfer. We've seen him over the games that we've watched. A strong arm, a big guy and a strong guy. And, again, we saw that on that throw. Put it right where it needed to be. Minute 30 left here in the third quarter, 28-8 our score. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from about the 15-yard line of the Lobos. Bunch set to the far side. Standerford again looking down the left side. Single read receiver is Flake. He's got a defender, Brooks, right on his heel. And just the ball overthrown. Flake couldn't come up with it.
Well, it's just a route where you're trying to get Flake to take the corner deep, but credit Zavon Brooks for staying basically step for step. Good coverage by him. So Snowflake trying to get the deep long ball on that 2nd down play. We'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
You know, we're not used to seeing Standerford really miss by that much. Normally he throws a little bit more accurately. That time overthrows it. Trips to the far side. Standerford out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 10. He rolls right, pressure on him, steps up, looks like he's going to run a little bit, gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard, but the Sholo defense quickly comes in and collapses on him.
Gabbard and Chase Avila in on the tackle. So really not much of a gain, if any, there for the Lobos. That'll leave them with 4th and about 9, 4th and 10. And they will drop into punt formation.
You talked about it, 4th and a long 9.
Keegan Clark
The snap is up, the kick is short, and the ball is going to be end over end. And coming up quickly is Clark, but he fumbles, and it looks like the Lobos come up with it, and they're going to take over again.
No, the judge, the back judge is going to say it's Sholo's ball.
No,
but now he's correcting himself. He's going to say it is Snowflake's ball. That's going to pull. Well, no, I'm sorry. We got a player down on the field for Sholo. Can't see the number from here.
It is going to be Snowflake ball, though, on the turnover. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Snowflake Lobo 40-yard line. .47 seconds left here in the third quarter. 28-8 our score. There's an injury on the field. We're going to step away. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 as well as iTalk1067.com.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Halftime.
Imagine that. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Welcome back to Cougar Stadium. 28-8 our score. Cougars up by 20. 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. We still have an injured player down on the field, but punt, you know, that turnover again. Sholo Cougars have had 3 opportunities, I think, to score, and turnovers really kicking them because each time on their drives it looks like they could have put points on the board.
Yeah, 3 straight turnovers in the second half. First the fumble, then the interception, and then out on that punt. The punt returner running up to try to catch a short punt, and as he's reaching out to catch that punt, there's defenders all around him, and just takes one little hit, which is what happened to cause that fumble. And it will leave Snowflake with the football. we still have an injured player down on the field for Sholo with so many coaches and staff around him. It's not clear which player that is, but we'll report it as soon as we can pick his number up.
Well, I've got to say I apologize because, Mike Caldwell, our spotter, was on the air for most of the third quarter. And that's scary in itself if you've got him in your ear. But, to put him out there, Mike, first of all, thank you for your insight. And
I thought he was auditioning for play-by-play.
It's not a part of your contract, so I know it puts us at risk. But, again, we've still got some action going down on the sideline. And we'll see who it is. We're not too sure. But, again, the Snowflake Lobo offense, we've seen them at times where, again, like we saw at the end of the first half, I thought their run game kind of picked up a little bit. But it seems like here in the third quarter, it's really been in the air. They've been trying to get at the ground, not doing much for them.
Right.
We'll see if they look much better when their ground game, is on
well,
track.
And if Snowflake wants to walk away with a W tonight, they're in a position where they need to convert on these turnovers. And the injured player is now up. He's going to be carried off, unfortunately. That's Keegan Hallman.
Well, Keegan Hallman,
you
again,
can see him not even putting pressure on his feet, either foot. I'm not sure what's going on there, but they're going to get him off the field and have a trainer look at him.
Well, it's good to see him at least assisted as he comes off the sideline. Again, the upside is you see, I think, trainers from both sides of the field out there helping out. Obviously, this is a friendly competition. So with that, 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, and there's a timeout on the field. The Sholo Cougars going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. Our score 28-8. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Welcome back out of the shotgun, and there's a flag on the opening play here. Snowflake Lobos back up 5. Tight set, Standifer out of the shotgun. 1st and 15, or 2nd and 15. He fakes and looks right, throws right. Merrill gets the ball, and nice little gain as he's knocked out of the bounds just beyond the 45 at about the 46-yard line. Pick up of 6.
Well, interesting.
Or 16, I should say 11, 12 yards.
Well, a good gain on that pass by the Lobos. Finally able to start off a drive with a good play. That'd leave them about 2nd and 4. Jace Merrill on the reception.
2nd and 4, tight set out of the shotgun. Standifer again is going to fakes the handoff on the counter, tucking inside Fox, but he turns the ball over. There's a mad scramble for it as it's bouncing and rolling. Eventually, it looks like the Sholo Cougars are going to come up with it. And it is Sholo Cougar ball. You can check it out on the replay. There's the fake, the handoff to Brimhall, and on the return is Fox. But again, defensively, nice job by 56 for the Sholo Cougars, knocks it out. Dylan Gabbert, and then after that, it's just a rough and tumble until finally a Cougar comes up with it.
That's Trayson Neff, number 22 for the Cougars, down on the bottom of the pile that cleans up that loose ball. But again, the tail of the third quarter, the start of the second half, just turnovers by both teams.
Out of the shotgun now for the Sholo Cougars. It's a handoff to Kime on the inside blast. Kime is going to take the ball down to about the 41-yard line of the Lobos before he's brought down. Gain of 5 yards. It'll be now 2nd and 5.
Well, in Sholo offensively, nothing really complicated. They're going to stick with that running game. It's given them success so far. If they can keep from turning the ball over, they might be able to sustain a drive to put some more points up as we now move into the fourth quarter.
Well, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to step away. 28-8 our score. Sholo up by 20. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web, iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
You know what, I'm going to call this play, and I'm just going to say, punt, you got some update scores. Second down and 5. McGinnis on the pitch around the right side to Kime. Kime inside the 40, fighting to get to the far sideline to the first down marker. Looks like he's going to come up maybe a yard short. It'll be second down and 9, or third down and 1. Punt, you've got some scoring updates.
Well, real quick, at the end of the third quarter, Blue Ridge up 35-0 over Payson, and the other local football game, Winslow up 45-7 over Holbrook.
3rd and 1 now from about the 37-yard line. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis trips to the near side. Again, hands off to Kime, bounces once and goes up the left side. Gets inside the 35 for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down, and the chains are moving.
Also in on the tackle, number 66 for the Lobos, Justin White from his defensive line position, along with Hatch coming in to help clean up. But as you say, not after Kime was able to cut loose enough yards to get that first down.
1st and 10 from the 35. McGinnis again on the pitch around the left side, and it's Kime off to the races as he is untouched. Gets the ball inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line before he runs out of bounds.
A lot of room outside on that pitch without some contain from the edge by the Lobos, allowing Kime to get outside to the sideline. Some good blocking as well out there by Jake Reedhead on that cornerback. That's going to leave Kime with 198 yards for the football game after that carry. 31 carries tonight.
2nd down and 2 out of the shotgun, McGinnis. Again, he hands off on the dive, but the dive back Turner is met at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be stopped for maybe a gain of about a yard, half a yard.
It's number 65, Joey Fish, on the tackle. He'll leave the football field, but not after making a great tackle on the runner.
So it's going to be 3rd down now and 1 from about the 30, or I'm sorry, the 26-yard line, maybe the 25 and a half. Looks like maybe the 25-yard line is the first down. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis, he's got Kime behind him. Heavy on the left side, is going to go off right on the counter or on a trap, and Kime is going to do a lot of work. There's a ball gets loose on the fumble, and we'll see who comes up with it. Looks like it might be a Cougar ball.
Great strip by Brimhall, number 25, coming over after Kime had kind of been held out by other Lobos. Brimhall comes in and just strips Kime of that football field, but unfortunately for the Lobos, one of the linemen for Sholo right there, Cesar Trujillo, in a position to be able to pick it up and maintain possession for the Cougars.
Turner comes in for Kime, and it's a pitch to Turner around the left side. A little stutter step, stumbles, loses his feet, but he gets inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line.
Les Turner tried to dive inside to pull the defenders in and then bounce outside, but good play by 34 Brighton Hatch for the Lobos. You can see him in the open field moving off of a block and still being, despite the trip, he was still in good defensive position there.
2nd and 8 again for the Show Low Cougars from the 16 out of the shotgun, and it's a handoff to Turner, but there's immediate flag and whistle on the play. It looks like it's going to be against the Cougars, and again, punt. We saw them here in the third quarter, or in the second half. The Cougars have been plagued. The Cougars have been plagued by turnovers, penalties, and again killing some of their drives. Again, losing 5 yards on this one, or looks like it's going to be 2nd down and about 13. That's 10 yards. Out of the shotgun, it's going to be fake, keeping it around the left side into the end zone is McGinnis, and again an impressive quick run on the fake by McGinnis, the quarterback.
And again, just as you say, it's that read option. McGinnis electing to hold the ball, and he's able to get outside with no contain on that edge and just runs right into the end zone.
Well, again, the score kind of getting out of hand now for the Snowflake Lobos. 8:57 left, and the Cougars again put another touchdown on the board. We'll see about the PAT, but impressive performance by the Show Low Cougar offense. Ramirez with the kick. It's up and it's good. So with that, our score 35-8, and the Show Low Cougars adding more points. You're listening to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
I got this. Don't take time out of your busy day. Let Mountain Mobile Auto Glass come to you. All our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass will give you $50 cash, free movie passes, and free dinner.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back to Cougar Stadium. Senior night, and the Show Low Cougar seniors got to feel good. 35-8 our score. 8:57 left here in the game. And punt finally, after 3 or 4 impressive drive, on the 4th impressive drive, the Show Low Cougars put points on the board in the second half.
Well, it's amazing what will happen when you don't turn the ball over, which Show Low did not do on that possession. That's the only possession so far in the second half that they didn't turn over, and they were able to get a touchdown.
Ramirez on the kick, and it's going to be taken at the 5 by Fox, the 10, the 15, and he's turning right, turns upfield again, the 20, 25. Looks like he's going to be just shy of the 25. There's a flag on the field.
I'm not sure. That's coming from the sideline. We'll hear from the referee.
Sideline warning. Show Low. That's their first.
Again, that's their first sideline warning. We saw one in the first half against Snowflake. Show Low answers here in the second. 8:50 left in the game, 35-8 our score. And the Snowflake Lobos with not bad field position as they start at their own 25-yard line. They come out with double slots, standard for out of the shotgun. He's got a single back beside him. It looks like it's Brimhall. Motion going towards him. He's going to keep it himself, Standiford, but he's met. And again, the penetration by the defensive front, Myers, drops him for a loss.
Good attack by Myers, and along with Arturo Munoz, so just blew up at the line of scrimmage. Whatever blocking scheme Snowflake was trying to execute, those two guys just did an outstanding job of getting deep penetration into the backfield.
Double slots again, Standiford out of the shotgun. He's trying to check with his line. Motion to Standiford. He's going to roll right and throws right. Intercepted by the Show Low Cougars. Defended very well. And it's Turner who comes up with the interception.
And that's Standiford trying to thread the needle. Looks like he's throwing into double coverage here out on the flat to his wideout. There's a corner and a safety in that same position.
Well, Show Low Cougars defensively come up with a nice little interception and great field position. as they take over at the Snowflake Lobo 33-yard line. We'll see if the Show Low Cougars can keep their offense running. Quick little blast on the trap to Kime back to the left side. Good blocks out in front. Tackled by Merrill, but not until he gets inside the 30. Gain of 4 yards.
And again, just a quick slant or a quick dive play off that left side. Good line surge, enough to give Kime room to the outside, and another quick hitter for a good gain for Kime.
Trips to the far side, out of the shotgun, McGinnis. Again, he hands off to Kime. Same thing, Kime with some quick little stutter steps. Gets inside the 25 where he's brought down. Maybe picks up about 3. It's going to be second down or third down in about a long 2.
And again, Sholo offensively, nothing fancy. They're just running the ball, burning the clock down. And, you know, I think you had mentioned it earlier, Bill, this Snowflake defense has been out here a long, long time. And you got to think that after a while they're going to get a little worn out.
A little bit of talk going on. There's a whistle. We'll see what the confusion is. It's going to be third down and just shy of a first down, so it's really short. Maybe they're calling for a measurement. Nope, they're going to keep the clock moving. Third and a short one at inside about the 23-yard line of the Lobos for the Show Low Cougars. McGinnis out of the shotgun. He's got Kime behind him. Slots to both sides. He's going to hand off to Kime. Kime on that long ride, though, looks like he's going to get inside the 20. That will be a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down. Chains are moving. And the Show Low Cougars, again, into the red zone.
Again, just a simple dive play by Kime in exchange on the read option they give to Kime. He's over 200 yards. He's going to, with that run, reach 213 rushing yards for the football game.
Kime comes out. Turner goes back in. Shotgun McGinnis. He's got a wide slot over on the far side. He's going to hand off to Turner. Turner with a big hole. He's going to get inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line, maybe inside that. We'll see where they place it. Yeah, it looks like it's going to go about the 7-yard line. Great job by the front. Looks like he had lots of room to run.
Lots of room. Good execution by the offensive line for the Cougars, opening up that hole. And Turner is really quick at the line of scrimmage, and he's able to explode quickly into the deep secondary of that Lobo defense.
McGinnis, again, out of the shotgun. Turner behind him. And again, McGinnis is going to hand off to Turner. Turner looks like he's going to go out and backs in, cuts back upfield. He's going to get inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. So it'll be second down and about 4.
Yeah, they're at the 3-yard line of Snowflake where they mark it. So it'll be second and 3.
Wide slot to the far side. McGinnis out of the shotgun's got Kime behind him. This time it's a handoff to Kime off the right side. And Kime, just by strength, looks like he's fighting his way into the end zone. That's his 4th score for the night.
Well, Weston Kime, you know, he's been the workhorse offensively for the Cougars, pardon me. That's his 4th touchdown of the night. He's well over 200 yards in rushing. He came into tonight's game just by far the leader in touchdowns, I think coming in tonight with 20, so that'll bring him to 24 rushing touchdowns.
Here's Ramirez for the PAT. It's up. Plenty of distance and height, and it's good. With that, our score now 42-8, and I think the writing has been on the wall. The Show Low Cougars really going to celebrate senior night here in Show Low.
Yep, great outing. You know, with the exception of the turnovers we saw earlier in this to start this second half, the Cougars, when they've been able to retain possession and not turn the ball over, their offense has been executing well, actually all football game. And they're just continuing to pile up the scores here, while at the same time, of course, predominantly running the football, burning down the clock as well, and really not leaving much for the Lobos.
Well, you know, the Show Low Cougars really came out at right from the get and got after it. We saw them offensively immediately having success, and it just seems like the Snowflake Lobos have been out of sync all night long. You credit that defense of the Show Low Cougars, but also it just seems like they've had a hard time against this Show Low defense, and then defensively having a hard time slowing down this powerful offense of the Cougars. So with 5:52 left here in the game in the fourth quarter, 42-8 our score. Ramirez on the kick. It's going to be, it lands about the 5-yard line. It looks like it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. The Snowflake Lobos will start over at their own 20. When it comes time to kick off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College. And again, the Snowflake Lobos down 42-8. We'll see how they can respond. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Standerford, as he comes out to the huddle late. Looks like he's going to have slots to both sides out of the shotgun. Single back beside him, motion towards him. He's going to hand off on the counter to Merrill up the inside. But the Snowflake front really having success penetrating that offensive line, stops him for a loss.
Yeah, and that's just great line play defensively by the Cougars. They're just shutting that inside running game down by filling gaps up front, just doing an outstanding job. That play, they tried, Snowflake trying to get a little counter action going, but there's just no room at all in the middle of the field for that running back.
Well, they're showing it as on the scoreboard, 2nd down and 14. It really looks like 13, but regardless, 2nd down and a long 13. Out of the shotgun, Standerford. He's looking to his right, throws down the middle of the field, just with an awkward throw kind of off his foot. 1 foot in the air, but
well, he had a little room, did Standerford, as he was leaving that pocket, but you could see the open receiver, Davis Kay, cutting across the middle of the field, tries to fling it to get the ball to him. Unfortunately, just not able to connect, but smart play, smart, at least making an effort to try to move the ball down the field.
Pretty quiet on the Snowflake Lobos sidelines. You can see it in their fans, kind of shocked by the score and by tonight's performance. It'll be now 3rd down and 13 from their 17-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Standerford, wide slots to both sides, out of the shotgun. And he's going to roll to his right, looks right, throws underneath, and it's caught by Merrill, but Merrill catches it at the 20, and he's brought down immediately.
Walker and Jenkins in on the tackle, you know, make the reception, but just really no room after the catch for Merrill. So a good defensive stand here by the Cougars will force Snowflake into an all too familiar punt formation.
Well, it'll be 4th down and 10 from the 20, and you got to credit that secondary for the Show Low Cougars really doing a great job. As you mentioned, in the punting formation, I think it's Fox. Fox with an end over end, and it's going to be a short kick. It lands at about the 40 of the Lobos and takes a Show Low bounce, and so it's going to be picked up and touched at about the 37-yard line, a 16-yard punt for the Lobos.
Well, Show Low here with the lead, 42-8, with 4:18 left on the clock in the fourth quarter. They're going to be starting this drive here at the Snowflake 38, it looks like. So I'm guessing Show Low will just make every effort here just to run the clock out, or certainly stick to their running game, which has been very successful for them tonight.
Putting points on the board. Trips to the near side. Out of the shotgun is McGinnis. Kime behind him. And it's going to be a quick handoff to Kime up the right side. Has some space. Gets into a gap and quickly gets down the field. Gets the ball to about the 30-yard line of the Lobos before he's brought down, gain of 8 yards.
That's Kime's 37th carry of the football game with his total of 224. And 4 touchdowns rushing the ball tonight for the Show Low Cougars. Weston Kime just having another outstanding outing.
2nd down and a long 2 from the 30-yard line of the Lobos. Out of the shotgun. Again, it's going to be a handoff to Kime on the trap. Kime waiting patiently for his block. Gets behind him. Gets inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line. That will be a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down before he's brought down.
They're going to sub in again for Kime. A well-deserved break for him. He and Turner actually pretty much all game have been rotating in and out. The two of them just doing outstanding work offensively for the Cougars.
So Turner now is going to be the lone back out of the shotgun. McGinnis, he's got trips to the near side. And it's going to be a handoff to Turner, who is met it at the 20-yard line. But he's not. He's going to pick up about 3 yards, maybe 4, and that's about it.
Well, as expected, Sholo just sticking with their running game and even more simply just going to the dive play so far on this possession with the clock now right at 3 minutes left in the ball game.
Out of the shotgun, McGinnis, 2nd down and 6. And it's going to be, again, fake to Turner, keeps it McGinnis. McGinnis gets into about the 15 before he's knocked out of bounds. Right on Hatch brings him down for the Lobos.
Bryden Hatch along with Nathan Penrod chasing McGinnis that time. McGinnis again trying to beat that edge and almost had a little bit of room to the outside, but good pursuit angles that time by the Lobo defense to shut him down at the sideline.
2nd down and 3 at about the 16-yard line. Out of the shotgun, McGinnis hands off to Turner, who is met by Merrill, and he's going to be dropped. Looks like maybe at the line of scrimmage, could be a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, if that, back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by Merrill. I think it looked like he was blitzing on that play. Met Turner right at the line of scrimmage with a high tackle to bring him down.
So it'll be 4th down now and 4 for the Sholo Cougars. And a little bit of confusion. There's a timeout on the field. We're going to take a timeout as well.
Timeout.
With our score,
Sholo.
42-8.
That's their second.
Cougars on top. You're listening
half.
to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to save money on your next vehicle? Then go to the place with the lowest price guaranteed. Sholo Ford guarantees the lowest price on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. Plus, every new Ford gas engine vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty. Thought you could get a better deal in Phoenix? Think again. The absolute best deal in the state of Arizona is at Sholo Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in northern Arizona, and soon to be #1 in the state of Arizona. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
We irritate Ron Everingham. Welcome back to Sholo High School, 42-8. Sholo Cougars on top, 1:57 left in the game. Sholo Cougars, a little bit of confusion on the field, takes a timeout, and we'll see what they come back with.
They're going to go with a field goal here.
It looks like this field goal is going to be at the 24. It's a 34-yard field goal for Ramirez. Ramirez soccer style. Here's the snap, the placement, and the kick is up.
Yeah.
And plenty of leg. Looks like he could have gone 30 more yards, but no, it looks like it's going to go wide.
Looks like he pulled it a little bit to the left, but boy, he could have kicked from 40 yards with the leg he had behind that kick.
Yeah, he's got the wind. Thanks, Mike Caldwell, for helping us on that. A little bit of wind to help him, but pretty impressive leg by Ramirez. So with that, the Snowflake Lobos will take back over possession as they start from their own 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Again, the Lobos only able to score 8 points in the first half, and that's really been it. Offensively stymied by this Sholo Cougar defense. Shotgun formation, Standerford with a tight set. And there's a flag on the field. Looks like it could be a time issue.
Prior to snap, false start, number 65, offense.
I call time issue, and it's a false start.
1st down.
So with that, the Snowflake Lobos go in the wrong direction. 1st down and 15 from their own 15. Staying with whatever the play was they were going to call. Tight set out of the shotgun is Standerford, and he's going to hand off to, looks like, Brimhall. Brimhall's going to get all the way out to the 33-yard line. That will be a Mountain Mobile Autoglass 1st down. Chains move An outstanding run right by Brimhall and great bit of blocking.
Turley, actually, number 20 on the carry.
Well, sorry, it's
Turley. He does a great job of following a lot of linemen, actually. That's one of the few plays where we've seen the Snowflake line get the advantage against that defense.
Staying with that tight set, Standifer out of the shotgun. And Stanford bobbles the snap, and he's brought down for a loss. In there quickly is number 52, Moreno, for the Show Low Cougars.
Yeah, that's a low snap that Standifer just wasn't able to pick up cleanly and ended up with the delay of just trying to get to the ball. That defense brings pressure, and they're fortunate, the Lobos, actually not to get a turnover there.
Well, again, the Snowflake Lobos struggling offensively, really have struggled all night, and you really do have to credit this Show Low defense really making a statement, I think, especially after their performance last week, really coming back, responding well. Out of the shotgun, Standifer again on the speed sweep around the left side, or it's going to be Christensen, and it looks like he's brought down by Gabbard just shy of the 30, about the 29-yard line. It'll be second or third down and a long 13.
Well, look for a second that Christensen might have the ability to get outside and with really not much of an edge set out there defensively, but great job by Dylan Gabbard with a good angle and some good speed to get to Christensen before he can cut upfield.
Well, 16 ticks on the clock. Clock is still ticking, tight set. Out of the shotgun is Standifer. This is going to be the last play of the game. And again, it's a dive off the right side to Turley. And Turley gets out beyond the 35 to about the 37-yard line. But that's going to do it. Our final 42-8. The Show Low Cougars responding with a big message coming off of that defeat last week with an impressive performance tonight.
Well, offensively, they just dominated the entire football game. You know, we saw some turnovers early in the second half that limited their ability to put up even more yards and more points, but overall a great performance tonight by the Show Low offense.
Well, the Show Low Cougars, again, our final 42-8 when we return. We've got our work cut out for it. We've got the Deemer glass shattering hit of the game. We've got the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game, and also the Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. A lot of action still yet to come. We're going to go over some of the numbers and punt. You've got your work cut out for you. This has been Cholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu. When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
I got this. Don't take time out of your busy day. Let Mountain Mobile Auto Glass come to you. All our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass will give you $50 cash, free movie passes, and free dinner.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back to
And pretty impressive performance by the Show Low Cougars.
Most definitely. You know, we talked about how they came off a tough loss last week at Blue Ridge, and it'd be interesting to see how they would come out to tonight's football game. They got off to a really quick start and kept the pedal down pretty much the entire game, with the exception of a few turnovers, especially in that second half, that derailed their offense, I guess you could say, for a moment. Other than that, just great execution, great line play tonight by the Show Low Cougars, allowing really a running game to really blossom tonight.
Well, I tell you what, Kime, early we saw him kind of back in form. And again, it seemed like every series, if it wasn't for the Show Low mistakes, they would have scored every series.
Pretty much, yep.
Well, impressive. Also, McGinnis, not a guy we're used to calling, but only 7 yards coming into tonight's game, and 63 yards tonight, 2 TDs, running that option. Really did a nice job.
He did. And, you know, we saw him, of course, Show Low's always going to end up throwing the football. They did that. They didn't have to do it near as much, of course, with that great running game tonight, but McGinnis did a good job on that front as well.
Well, again, we're going to be hopefully getting an opportunity with Ron Everingham to get down and talk to Coach Maxwell, Monty Maxwell, head coach of the Show Low Cougars. But they're obviously in a team discussion right now, team huddle down in the end zone, north end of the end zone. But we've still got our work cut out for us, Punt. We've got to get the Beeler Orthodontics Live to Smile, Love Your Smile straight line play of the game. We've also got the Deemer's Glass. Need glass for your home or business? Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call. Quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass. Call 188-GLASS-MAN for the glass shattering hit of the game. And then we've also got the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, the player of the game, which is brought to us by Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, camping gear on the mountain, go to Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Again, south of Pine Top Highway 260. All winter long, you can also get the latest in ski and snowboard equipment. Again, that's Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. So, Punt, I'm not sure if we want to go into this, but do you want to kind of go through some of the stats for the game, or do you want to talk about some of the impressive performances by the, I would say both sides, both teams, but really it's going to be skewed probably to the Show Low Cougars?
Well, you know, we talked about some of the key players and, you know, at the top of the football game, and they certainly produced tonight, on the Snowflake side. Let's give a hats off, certainly, Brimhall, David Brimhall, offensively and defensively, along with Merrill, his teammate, Jace Merrill. They both had big games defensively, despite the fact that they ended up having to make a lot of tackles deep in their own territory with Sholo executing their running game so well. But, the guys showed up. They offensively also did well. Tragan Standifer under a lot of pressure tonight, but the few times we saw him have space and time, did a great job, I thought, of finding some receivers to try to get their offense going. Just really struggled tonight, though, overall.
Well, defensively, great pressure by the Cougars, but also I think Coach Solomon touched base on it. Execution, maybe obviously just out of sync for the Snowflake Lobos tonight. And again, you probably are going to credit that Sholo defense, but execution an issue tonight. The Snowflake Lobos never got on track. So let's talk about the play of the game for tonight. And again, that is the straight line play of the game. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile. We saw some great play tonight. What in your mind was the outstanding play of the game?
Well, it's hard to just pick out one particular play. Defensively, we saw some turnovers that you could argue could have turned the game or had an impact in turning the game. But I think the one play that kind of stands out in my mind, and it really showed the flexibility, kind of the new approach, I guess you could say, of Sholo's offense tonight with that read option. McGinnis running that read option was that touchdown where he was able to run in for the touchdown. I think it was the second second touchdown of the football game for McGinnis in the fourth quarter with that nice 21-yard touchdown run. And really, again, that play, I don't know if you could say it took it away from Snowflake in terms of their ability to get back in the football game. I don't know if it was that big of a thing, but I think more than anything, it just showed how well prepared Sholo was and executing offensively, but also to add that extra dimension with so much focus going on Weston Kime during most of the football game, and for McGinnis to step up, read that defense, and just make a great decision of running the ball into the end zone. Just a great play by him tonight in that role of what we've not seen from him much at all so far this season of actually running the football. Did a great job tonight for the Cougars.
For those of you watching online, iTalk1067.com, you could see it. They just ran it on the replay. But, the other thing, it adds a wrinkle that I think is going to create problems for the defense. We're going to send it down to Ron Everingham on the field. Ron, you've got Coach Maxwell down on the sidelines.
Coach Maxwell, great game. You talked about in the pregame that you hadn't thought you guys had put it together yet. Was this that kind of game?
I think we're close. I think third quarter we kind of came out. We moved the ball great. I think everybody blocked well and just kind of had some sloppy turnovers a little bit. But that was real close. I thought we blocked great. I thought everybody ran well. I thought we threw the ball when we needed to. I thought Colton had a great game, kept the ball on Veer, had a couple rushing touchdowns, and defense played awesome. Coach Brian Maxwell had a great job. I thought Coach Dustin Clough called a great game. We had a game plan, and we came in and we executed it, and the kids played awesome. But I think we still can be a little better. You know what I mean? I guess that's just the coach in me. Yeah, but I thought it was great. We're close. That was close.
So going into Winslow next week, and then and then into the playoffs, hopefully for you guys, what are some things again that you just want to keep working on? Is it just all about you guys, or is it about these other teams?
Well, yeah, I think we focus. I'm a big John Wooden disciple, and I think you just have to take care of you. You know what I mean? And if you take care of yourself, then we're going to do business. Winslow's kind of an enigma for me because I know they have a great group of skill guys over there. And they've been hurt the last few weeks, at least from what I've seen on film, because we had film of them playing, Blue Ridge, and Blue Ridge kind of took it to them. Snowflake beat them pretty good. But if they're healthy, that's going to be a whale of a ball game over there next week. So I expecting that.
Okay, tell me about I'm going to wing it here, but what's the story on the dog?
Let
me set it up. I noticed there's a dog. It's got a pink shirt on in your huddle. All the kids seem to be excited. So what's the story?
Dr. Beeler and his wife Amber, they have a son that's on our team, Trent Beeler. And this summer we did camp here, the ESPN camp here. And didn't get to leave to go to the beach and do a lot of the things that we had. So we had some community members that really stepped up. They came over one night and they cooked wings for us, and we played cornhole, and we did all kinds of stuff like that. And then another night, the Bealers had us over to their house, and they actually cooked us steaks, for the whole football program. And unfortunately, Mrs. Beeler, she's dealing with some cancer right now and was not able to be at the game. But we kind of sat around their fire pit this summer, and we're just kind of having a team talk, kind of closing out camp and whatnot. And the dog kind of sat over by the fire like, ooh, and he's moaning and whining. And so it was just kind of like he kind of became an unofficial team member. So we kind of brought him on the field. He was kind of here, kind of representing the Beeler family because Amber couldn't be there, but Trent was here. But yeah, that's just kind of just one of those things, nothing major, but just kind of something, it's a community thing, it's a family thing around here. So
it's very, very neat with all the Dig Pink stuff we saw this week in volleyball and all the breast cancer awareness. Great. Well, congratulations to you guys, and good luck next week to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
And again, congratulations to Coach Maxwell. Outstanding performance. And again, he talked about that, Veer. And again, our Beeler Orthodontics, Live to Smile, Love Your Smile, straight line play of the game. I think that's what you were talking about, that Veer, and that running ability by McGinnis. So he mentioned it, just a great job. So, Punt, we've also got to talk about the Deemer's Glass. Need glass for your home or business. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down best place to call. Quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass. Call 188-GLASSMAN. And for the glass-shattering hit of the game, what do you think?
Well, anytime these two programs square up, that's one thing you're always going to see is good, aggressive football. But the one play that stood out to me is anytime you see Weston Kime go into the line of scrimmage and end up going backwards and falling on his back, that is the result of a great hit. And in this case, I think here's the play here. Actually a combo tackle, but you can that's not the play, but it happened in the second quarter. Jace Merrill and Brimhall both. I think Merrill made most of the contact, but just a nice square-up tackle on a really tough runner, Weston Kime. And anytime you're able to put him backwards, that's certainly indicative, just a great hit. And that one's certainly deserving of hit of the game.
Well, again, when we talk about it, congratulations and need glass for your home or business. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, hands down the best place to call. Quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, 188-GLASSMAN, and that is the glass-shattering hit of the game. And we did see quite a bit of action, but again, that's one that stands out. I think we all agree. Lastly, we've got the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, the player of the game, brought to you by Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, camping gear on the mountain, go to Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top on Highway 260. Punt, we saw performances on both sides of the ball. Obviously for the Sholo Cougars, who won by a commanding margin. Again, offensively and defensively, some outstanding performances on senior night. Who do you want to talk about?
Well, we for sure need to give props to the Sholo line tonight. Offensively, I think their execution, you heard Coach even mention it. They just did an outstanding job. Anytime, you're able to get your backs the room that Kime and Turner had tonight, as well as McGinnis, that starts up front in the trenches. So hats off to the entire line for Sholo. And even defensively, I thought their defensive front just did an outstanding job. They just completely wrecked that Lobo offense. With a few exceptions, they just played a really solid game all night. But, and we've done this before with this kid, but he's really impressive. Weston Kime, again, I think 38 carries. He was a workhorse tonight. He ends up with over 230 yards. 233, I think, is where he settled. And he had 4 rushing touchdowns. And that brings his total, I think, for the season now up to 24 rushing touchdowns for the Cougar offense. So, we saw him get hurt last week, didn't really play much, but, man, he came back with a vengeance tonight, just doing an outstanding job in so many ways, just leading this Cougar offense and really punishing that Snowflake defense all night long. So I think his performance tonight certainly deserving a player of the game.
Well, there you have it, the player of the game, brought to you by Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. For the best selection, hiking, hunting, fishing, camping gear on the mountain, go to Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top on Highway 260, west in Keim. Congratulations, and absolutely no doubt about it. Great performance, especially coming back from the injury last week, and what a difference he makes out on the field. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors: Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Heber, and Show Low, Sunrise Park Resort, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Beeler Orthodontics, Deemer's Glass, the Indian Pine Restaurant at Honda, Octopus Car Wash, Subway, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, and also we want to thank our White Mountain Youth Production Group with students from Show Low and Snowflake. If you haven't had an opportunity to check it out online, check it out at iTalk 106.7 or iTalk1067.com. Anytime you can catch replays of it, but these guys do an outstanding job. I wish we had a list for you. Isaiah was going to send it up. We did not get it from Isaiah, but want to thank him as well as everybody for their support for tonight's game. Want to thank Kinsey Hamilton. Ashley in the studio, thank you. And then also Ron Everingham, our sideline reporter. Not only does he do a great job on the sideline, but he breaks up fights during the game.
Awesome.
So thank you, Ron Everingham. We're going to get him a cape, a big S on his chest. We Mike Caldwell, want to thank him for all his spotting. Obviously, Dylan and Camden and everybody else, we want to thank you all. Thanks for listening. We're going to have another great game next week, and this will be it for the Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk, presenting or bringing you high school football. Be sure to check us out next week, and you can catch us iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com. Good night, everybody.
This has been an iTalk 106.7 Sports exclusive, presented by Show Low Ford. High school football is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Native Grill and Wings, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. This is a copyrighted broadcast. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of this program without the expressed written consent of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves is expressly prohibited. For more information about this game and others around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.